Welcome, weary travelers, to the Library of Legends. This is Read and Roll, the show where we bring on a weekly guest to battle their way through a choose-your-own-adventure game book from the Fighting Fantasy series. Last week we had green-haired anti-liberal, and she did extremely well, played almost 3 hours, and didn't die once. Excellent dice rolls, but unfortunately met her fate above the on top of the walls of Port Blacksand in the City of Thieves, and that was on the suggestion of a chat member. So we'll see how our guest does today. And our guest this week is Kadath Gaming. He's a connoisseur of the tabletop board game and role-playing games. He's got his own YouTube channel, although he's stopped live streaming for a short while. He's an enjoyer of Conan the Barbarian. He's got his own server up at the moment. And without further ado, here he is, Kadath Gaming. How you doing,
Hello.
Greg?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, doing great, mate. You know, very excited for today's
So
journey.
am I, yeah. It's kind of a nostalgia trip for me as well, because I did do probably the first 10 of the Fighting Fantasy game books when I was I'd be taken on holiday with my parents for weeks on end because it was a teacher. So that was one way I could amuse myself. So yeah, they're a big part of my early life. So I'm quite excited to do one again.
And they're, you know, they're not like monotonous in the sense that you play it once, it's not the same game twice.
Mm.
It's never the same game twice. And so, yeah, I can see why you took those on holiday with you. Yes, but anyway, so, as usual, I give my guest the back of the book blurb to read through about an hour to half an hour before the show. That prevents them from researching the book. And so we're going to switch over to the game setup. And here are your 3 books to choose from this week. We have The Warlock of Firetop Mountain, The Vault of the Vampire, and The Talisman of Death. The Vault of the Vampire was the one that Scream Queen Selena chose a few weeks ago, and she did pretty well.
Has anybody done Warlock of Firetop Mountain yet?
I have had that on the board for 3 weeks, and no one has chose it, nor Talisman of Death.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have played Warlock of Firetop Mountain through, but I think I was 12. So you could say if I did well, that would be an advantage. I haven't played either of the other 2, so let's do Talisman of Death, because Vault of the Vampire, like I said off stream, looks a bit gothic.
It is a bit gothic, you know.
So I have no idea what's in this one.
Oh, wonderful. But yeah, Vault of the Vampire, you do... it is pretty gothic. You do go through some, very gothic themes, you know. It's all vampire-related and ghosts and ghouls, etc. They're all very much the same. Anyway, this week you have chosen the Vault of the the Talisman of Death. Yes. Yeah. Not the Vault of the Vampire. That's the one you wanted to avoid.
I so want to do Warlock of Firetop Mountain, but maybe next time.
Maybe next time. So let me just get rid of the other 3 in the background. Oh, and first of all, we'll just say hello to the chat. We've got Legatus Legionis here. Some people think he's a pretty good mod. I say he's the best mod. He's in every chat, everywhere you go. So there you go. And we've got Abe joining us as well. And here's Kadath Gaming in the chat as well. Hello. Hanayama-san, good to see you, buddy. That's it for now. Surely we'll get a few more coming through a little bit later.
It's a bit earlier.
There's a few people. Yeah, there's a few people streaming, and we are an hour earlier than usual right now. Anyway, let's get on with the book. Talisman of Death. The once peaceful world of Orb is in terrible danger. Dark forces are at work to unleash the awesome might of the Evil One, and only you can stop them. Your mission is to destroy the Talisman of Death before the Dark Lord's minions reach you. But beware, time is running out. So, I assume that you are familiar with the majority of the rules. We'll be rolling for your skill, stamina, and luck shortly.
Yeah, is it just the 3 attributes?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, skill, stamina, and luck. Because usually, well, sometimes I should say, there are added ones, aren't there? Like in House of Hell, you've got the Fear score. In Vault of the Vampire, you've got a Faith score. Yeah, that's one of the things about this series so far, is that I've tried to keep the books that I'm using to the same adventure sheet, or roughly the same kind of adventure sheet, because some of them, like Rebel Planet, Starship Traveler, they've got very different rules, and for now, until I can get all the back end set up.
Yeah.
Yes, Abe's fear score kept beating him. He kept crayoning his pants. So
just like in real life, then.
Just like in real life. So you're familiar with the way that battles run?
I mean, it's been several decades, but I did graduate onto like D&D and Warhammer Fantasy Role Play and Call of Cthulhu. And
okie dokie. In that case, we'll just go through the fighting or the battle rules as we approach a battle. During a battle, you may escape, but you'll lose 2 stamina points. Fighting more than one creature, sometimes you'll find yourself under attack from more than one person or creature. When this happens, each will have a separate attack on you in each attack round, but you must choose which one you will fight. Attack your chosen target as in a normal battle. Against the other, you must throw your attack strength in the normal way, but even if your attack strength is greater, you will not inflict a wound. Just count that as you've parried an incoming blow. However, if your attack strength is lower, you will have been wounded in the normal way.
Now, how many hit points do we get, roughly?
It's usually 2 hit points every successful attack round, but using luck, as it says here, can mitigate that. So if you were successful in the attack round and you gave the enemy 2 hit points, if you use your luck and you're successful, you can deduct another 2 hit points from the enemy. However, if you're unsuccessful, then it adds 1 back to their stamina. However, if you lost the attack round and you test your luck, if you're lucky, it reduces your hit points by 1. So instead of doing the usual 2, it'll only do 1. And if you are unlucky, it will do another 1 damage. So you can restore your skill, stamina. Well, kind of. Your skill, stamina, and luck will not change. No, sorry. Your skill will not change much during your adventure. Occasionally, a page may give instructions to increase or decrease your skill score. A magic weapon may increase your skill score, but remember that only 1 weapon can be used at a time. You cannot claim 2 skill bonuses for carrying 2 magic swords. Your skill score will never exceed its initial value. Drinking the potion of skill will restore your skill to its initial level at any time. Your stamina will change a lot during the adventure. As you near your goal, the stamina level may be dangerously low and battles may become particularly risky, so be careful. Your backpack contains enough provisions for 10 meals. You may rest and eat at any time except when engaged in a battle. Eating a meal restores 4 stamina points. When you eat a meal, add 4 stamina points and deduct 1 from your provisions. I've got that all set up on the adventure sheet. Remember that you have a long way to go, so use your provisions wisely. Remember also that your stamina score may never exceed its initial value. Drinking the potion of strength will restore your stamina to its initial level at any time. As with the other two, additions to your luck score are awarded through the adventure when you've been particularly lucky. Details are given on pages of the book. Remember that, as with skill and stamina, your luck score may never exceed its initial value. However, drinking the potion of fortune, if you choose that, will restore your luck to its initial level at any time and increase your initial luck by 1 point. So, as we've said, you'll get to choose one of these potions: the potion of skill, potion of strength, or a potion of fortune. Skill obviously restores skill points, strength restores stamina points, and fortune restores luck points and adds 1 initial luck. Hints on play. There is one true way through the mysterious world of Orb, and it will take you several attempts to find it. Make notes and draw a map as you explore this map. This map will become invaluable in future adventures and enable you to progress more rapidly through to unexplored sections. Not all areas contain treasure, some merely contain traps and creatures which you will no doubt fall afoul of. You may make wrong turnings during your quest, and while you may indeed progress through to your ultimate destination, it is by no means certain that you will find what you are searching for. It will be realized that entries make no sense if read in numerical order. We don't need to worry about that, because I've got it all bookmarked and everything. The one true way involves a minimum of risk, and any player, no matter how weak on initial dice rolls, should be able to get through fairly easily, unless you're Smoother DJ. So may the luck of the gods go with you on your adventure ahead. So I don't know whether you watched Smoo's episode, but Smoo is in the current read and roll Hall of Fame for the quickest death so far. Yeah.
How long?
It was his first choice. He went to a battle on like literally the first choice. I can't remember. I think it was a mammoth, and it had a super high skill score, and he had rolled some really terrible initial scores. So he died within the first choice. Yeah. God damn it, Kadath Gaming.
What do
I don't know what you did. I don't know.
I think I did this.
That's a good thing, though, surely.
I think Abe's thirsty.
Aren't we all? Right, so, background. You are regaining consciousness. Your eyes flutter open to the sound of a songbird trilling joyously. You are lying on a couch of green velvet, set on the topmost turret of a great white castle hanging in the clouds. Rising to your feet, you look around. The songbird, whose sleek feathers are warm and burnished gold, is perched on the battlements. resplendent against the ocean blue canopy of a sky in which there is no sun. You are clad in strange, outlandish clothes, breeches of dark green leather and a thickly quilled leather jerkin. On your feet are russet red calfskin boots, supple and comfortable, into which the breeches are tucked in mid-calf. Lots of descriptors. A heavy sword is belted at your side, and with a shock you realise that somehow you know how to use it skillfully and with deadly force. As the songbird trills, you try in vain to recall memories of Earth, but everything is hazy and distant. You have been taken away from the world you know and trained in the art of swordplay. You cannot remember even who trained you or why, but the hilt of the sword fits in your hand snugly. Drawing it, you lunge and parry, marvelling at how the sword cuts through the air faster than the eye can follow. The songbird seems unperturbed by your fine display of swordsmanship, but you are surprised when it cocks its head and speaks to you, its voice fluting merrily. "Welcome, champion of fire. Do not be dismayed. You are not yet in danger. Where am I, you ask, feeling as if you are in a dream. Far, far from your home, I fear to say. This is the world of Orb, and you are in the garden of the gods. What is Orb, you demand? You will find it most strange and full of wonder, for it is very different from Earth. Men must share it not with Men must share it not just with talking creatures such as I, but with weird and foul, I think that's supposed to say foul monsters and giants and dragons and demons. There are warlocks and sorcerers and 2 great wielders of magic in the cities. But do not fear, you have been chosen to be our champion, for you are more likely to succeed than any other on Earth. Now I must complete my task. Come, my masters bid you to join them in the chamber below. Please follow me." With that, the golden songbird flutters away down a spiral staircase. Shaking your head in confusion, you descend the stone steps into a large circular room where 2 beings turn towards you. "Welcome," one says. A pale female figure enfolded in a swirling robe of many colours, above which you can only see a perfectly smooth and hairless head. The robe shimmers, its colours shifting as she steps towards you, catching your mind before you realise what is happening. Looking into her face, you see the image of yourself fighting for your life inside a huge temple. Then the image shifts and you see yourself leaving a walled city, hastening alone across a desolate moor, only to find yourself deep in a jungle surrounded by devils with blue skin. That sounds like Avatar a little bit. Anyway, your nape bristles as you realize that she is revealing glimpses of your destiny. It is only when they are over that you notice that she has no eyes in her smooth, pale face. The other figure changes even as you look at him. At one moment he is an ancient white-haired man, heavy with knowledge, and the other an infant, wise beyond his years. The metamorphosis through youth to age, but a few instants, yet flows so smoothly you cannot see the features change. His voice is soft and ageless. "We have summoned you here to the world of Orb because we wish to prevent a fatal upset in the balance of nature. The cosmic scales have been tipped too far and you must play a part in righting them. It is not for us in the Garden of the Gods to set things right. We cannot fight him who would bring chaos to Orb. Rather, we use men as our tools. I shall not say whether you will succeed. The floor of the room upon which you are standing is the most realistic and detailed map imaginable. You can even see small figures tilling the fields and walking the streets of an entire world. A world of pinnacled castles and knights on horseback, their men-at-arms bearing banners which stream in the wind, and strange high-walled cities with towers and spires concealing the dives of assassins and thieves amongst the splendour. The eyeless immortal steps forward, her robe now the colour of the deep sea, and caresses your cheek. We are sending you down to the surface of Orb. If you fall into the clutches of death, we cannot aid you. Do not fail us. Fail us in what, you begin to ask? But just then, to your horror, you find yourself being drawn inexorably towards the black crack in the map. The realization that your destiny is being tampered with angers you, and you resolve to find a way back to Earth and your home at any cost. As the world of Orb rises up to engulf you, the awesomeness of what is happening overwhelms you, and you lose consciousness. Now turn over.
Yikes.
So, what do you think now that you've heard the background?
Well, it's definitely not one I've done before.
Awesome.
And it reminds
I'm glad
me
to
of
hear
quite a few like 70s. Like it reminds me a bit of the Spell Singer series by Alan Dean Foster. He had a character. And Thomas Covenant. It's by Stephen Donaldson, which I hated. Those books. They're people from our world who wake up in another world.
I see.
Yeah. Thomas Covenant's a right miserable bastard. He's like, I'm not helping anyone. You're all fucking mad. Leave me alone. And for 6 books that thick, he's like, fuck off. I stopped reading them. I stopped reading them.
So, Greg, are you ready to roll your stats?
As ready as you
can. Please don't roll as many dice as you did in the studio. However, first we're going to roll for your skill. So, if you wouldn't mind rolling 1d6, please.
Okay.
A 5. Add to that 6. That gives you a nice round 11, which is one off the top score.
Nice.
And now for your... Sorry?
Nice.
Yes. Nice. And now for your stamina, please. If you would roll 2d6. 5 and a 4. That gives you 9. Plus the 12, that's 21. Which is nice. And now, please, if you can roll your initial luck score with a 1d6, please.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at these rolls. This could be a very good adventure. Right. Have you decided which potion you want to take with you on your journey?
I think luck.
It's a good one. I think it's the best bang for buck.
Also, I like random, and luck is random.
Oh, it sure is. Smoother DJ also fell afoul of a sort of soft lock because he was in a battle which relied on luck. And every time you use your luck, it gets reduced by 1.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you use it, the more risky it becomes. But he got to a point where he kept rolling unlucky scores, so he got to a point where he was below 2, which is obviously the lowest number that you can get on 2d6.
Yeah.
So he went below 2, and so he was constantly unlucky, and that just whittled his stamina down. So he was never going to escape the soft lock. Anyway, I hope that doesn't happen to you today. It was certainly unlucky. We got Davey Verse
Sorry,
here.
Smith.
Hello, Davey.
Hey, Davey.
And we got Steve as well. Pleasure to see you,
Hi,
buddy.
Steve.
Natty McBatty, there are too many good streams right now. You're right, there are a good few people. Unfortunately, we all stream at the same time. So you've either got to be Marty McFly with... No, not at all.
I messed with the stream times because I'm old and I like to go to bed at 11.
But well, you're probably not gonna go to bed at 11 tonight, but you'll be close to it, surely.
Well, I'll ring my fiance after the stream, whatever. So it's cool. I'm aware.
Nice. I'm glad you've got a fiance, mate. I don't.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Poor Greg.
What?
I don't know. Anyway, you've rolled exceptionally well there. So we're going to. Yeah, fantastic. We're going to move straight on then. So now turn over. When awareness returns, you look around. You are standing in a huge vaulted chamber deep underground. In the chill air, you wonder what terrible fate may be in store for you. You are utterly alone, without a friend in the world, and you have no idea what fiendish horrors may exist out here, so far from home. There are no windows in the chamber, nor natural light, only the ruddy glow of flaming torches that are fixed to pillars soaring beyond sight. The walls are running with damp, the air is musty and heavy with age. There are 2 archways at the back of the cavern. Before you can investigate further, the torchlight flickers and a cool gust chills you to the marrow. Something in the unseen darkness is causing the air to move. A light flashes briefly ahead, and an infernal howling echoes across the vast vault. No living thing could possibly have made those dreadful sounds, you think to yourself. But then you remember that you know nothing of the dreadful denizens of Orb. You hear the sound of running footsteps approaching rapidly, yet you cannot see what or who is coming. So, will you run through the nearest archway, or hold your ground and draw your sword?
I'm going to go through the nearest archway.
Oakley dokley. Oh, there is one thing that I should mention, actually. Aside from the usual rules of the fighting fantasy game, there are also 3 added rules by myself which may aid you in your quest. I've given you 3 lifelines. The first is ask the audience. So if you're unsure of a decision, you can ask the audience. If you ask the audience, I'll put a poll in the chat and we'll see what the scores are, and that may aid you. The other is phone a friend, which you may ask one person in the chat only what they would do. And that's how green-haired anti-liberal met her end last week. And the third one is backtrack, meaning that providing you are not engaged in a battle, if you want to backtrack, you can go to the previous paragraph and make your choice again. Okay?
You can do that once.
Once for all in any adventure. So if you restart the book, you'll get them back. Okay, so you wanted to run through the nearest archway, correct?
Yeah, sounds like
Okey-doke.
some things are manifesting, and I'm in a race against time, being hunted by the hounds of hell. So that sounds like the hounds of hell. So run in the opposite direction.
As you dash towards the forbidding blackness of the archway, you hear a click followed by a rumbling sound ahead. The floor beneath your feet begins to tremble. Do you want to hurl yourself through the archway into the darkness, or stop your headlong flight?
Go through the archway.
You're going to try and dive through the archway, yeah? Okay, Here we go. Turn to 41. Before you can charge through the archway, a slab of smooth rock slams down from above. with the sound like a clap of thunder that reverberates around the cavern. It blocks the archway completely. Unfortunately, you cannot stop. In mid-leap, you crash sickeningly into the stone with a bone-jarring force. Lose 2 stamina points. Feeling somewhat groggy, you pick yourself up and realize that the other archway is similarly sealed. Seeing you have no option, you turn to face the oncoming footsteps and draw your sword. So...
Bugger.
Booger.
Booger.
We'll have to take 2 away from your stamina. That gives you 19. Oh, sorry. That's your initial. So, 19. You've got 19 left. Don't worry. We'll get it back at some point, surely. You've got 10 provisions.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as bad as you think. Right, so, turn to 13. A woman wearing chainmail carrying a loaded crossbow bursts into the torchlight ahead of you. Seeing you, she immediately points the bow in your direction. 3 men, panting heavily, appear behind her. The first, a tall, handsome man, is dressed in shining silver armor, and the blade of his 2-handed sword glows with a faint white radiance. The next is dressed in a flowing robe of cloth and gold, and wears a smiling golden mask. He carries an ivory staff. The last is a thick-set man with a white surcoat over a chainmail. A red cross adorns his breast, and a spiked mace hangs at his side. They stop. Once again you hear the wailing, louder than before. "They are almost upon us," cries the man with the glittering sword. The shield maiden calls to you. "Who are you, and what are you doing here in the rift, the spawning place of all evil? Will you say that you have come from another world? Say that you are on a quest against evil? Try to play for time, or attack the shield maiden."
Say that I'm on a quest against evil.
Okie dokie. "Alone?" asks the shield maiden in disbelief. The man in gold turns to the priest. "Is it true?" he asks. Knowing your story to be a lie, you wait anxiously while the priest casts a spell.
It's not a lie!
Well, it is a lie, says the priest. The shield maiden turns to you accusingly. "Why are you lying to us, I ask you again? Who are you? What are you doing here? Will you tell them the truth, or ask them what business it is of them, of theirs?"
I thought I was telling them the truth.
You're kind of a traveller from another world.
Yeah, go on then. I'll tell them that. 70.
So you're going to tell them the truth. Okay. Her eyebrows raise in surprise. All 4 of them look at you doubtfully. The priest pauses and says, "It is the truth, and spoken from a true heart." The shield maiden lowers the bow and turns to guard the entrance of the cavern. "What are we to do? The exits are blocked, and I only have enough power to teleport one of us out now," asks the man in gold. The man with the glittering sword, a paladin, says gravely, "Then we will die together, wizard, and they will pay dearly." "But what of the talisman?" asks the priest. "Perhaps this warrior has been sent by the gods to continue our quest." Sensing the goodness in these people, you wait to hear how you can aid them. Turn to 100.
I'm all ears.
The priest steps towards you and tells you this story. Oh, good God.
I'll just get comfy.
More reading for me. Lovely. That's the name of the game. Long ago, the minions of the god Death in the city of the Runes of Doom fashioned a talisman that would allow them, if the time was right, to summon their god to the surface of this world. That time has now come. If Death is summoned, all life will cease. Only Death's minions will continue to exist in an awful half-life. His presence will spread like a grey shadow across the world of Orb. Everything will turn to dust, and the balance of nature will be disrupted forever. The lawmasters of Serakub, a group of holy people, have striven to prevent this. They sent a group of crusaders, of which only 4 survive, on a quest to steal the talisman. The fleshless... that's a bit of a tongue twister. The fleshless king of the minions of death had sent the talisman to the depths of the rift for safekeeping. We have entered this pit of evil and seized it. He pulls a necklace out from his surcoat. On it hangs a disc of obsidian, in the middle of which is a skull carved in ruby, the Talisman of Death. He hands it to you. Here, for the sake of all orb, you must take this talisman and continue the quest. It cannot be destroyed, but if you can take it to your world, it will be beyond the reach of the claw of the fleshless king. I said it that right that time. You are impressed by the courage and unselfish fortitude of these people and resolve to continue the quest. You take the talisman and it feels cold and heavy around your neck. The wizard turns to you and says, I am going to use the powers of magic to transport you to the surface. Head west until you come to the City of Learning, Grey Guilds on the Moor, where you may discover a way to return to your own world. Do not fail us. Here, take this gold. It may be of use. He gives you a purse with 10 gold pieces in it. As the wizard prepares his spell, a horde of creatures boils into the cavern. So I'm just going to add those 10 gold pieces to your adventure sheet. I know you're making notes there, and I'm happy for that. But I'm just gonna.
My map didn't get very big. It's just a circle with 2 arches, and then I blocked them.
At least you're making a map. Christ.
It's right, funny so you mentioned maps, right? Like just as I've got, on my desk, I've got maps. Like,
let's have a look. Oh, good lord!
This is part of the Conan server, and another one. This is all dungeon maps I've been working on.
Have you been drawing them freehand, or have you been designing them?
These are from a mod from a map maker who's made a mod, and I've loaded that mod on, and then I've gone in and added creatures into various rooms with a sort of narrative. So I've got a map and moved in and made a dungeon in it. Cool. Anyway,
that's pretty cool, though. I just want to quickly go through some of the chat. A chicken chainmail. Is this Red Sonja? Maybe. And me.
She seems quite wholesome.
Some of these are a little bit stale, but Panting, is this a start of one of those late night movies? Not quite. I'm hoping it's not going to turn into that anyway. Is it just chainmail asking for a friend? Read to me like one of your French girls. Wait, that's not the quote. I am not reading this old thing like one of these French girls. That would become quite annoying for all of us.
That's expected of a games master, that no one's expected to do more than 5 minutes of an accent.
I have a horrendous voice, but I can read like a claw from Inspector Gadget.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Do you remember Inspector Gadget?
Yeah, I remember it. It was kind of after my time, so I was sort of more at uni and stuff then, I think. So I
yes, I keep forgetting you're slightly older than us.
Yeah.
Nevertheless. Anyway, we shall carry on with the story. So turn to 215.
And the Flower Pot Men and Rupert the Bear when I was growing up.
The Wooden Tops, Andy Pandy, all that.
Pandy, particularly, yeah.
Yeah, and Thunderbirds, Joe 90.
Oh, Stingray.
Fireball XL5.
Yeah, yeah. I love
Yeah.
birds.
Anyway, continuing on. Dark elves and cave trolls are pouring into the cavern, attacking the shield maiden. As the paladin and priest rush to her aid, you see a huge shadowy form looming behind a sea of elves and trolls. The paladin's glittering sword cuts through the horde, but the dark elves are using magic, and the shield maiden is unable to turn back their attack. She falls beneath their onslaught. The huge fiend howls triumphantly just as the wizard completes his spell. Turn to 185. Suddenly, you are in blinding sunshine. You are standing at the lip of an immense chasm. You realize that this must be the rift the Crusaders spoke of. The rocky earth is blackened and cracked, full of pits and fissures. The Niosome? Is that
stinky.
right?
Yeah, noisome, stinky, toxic, like sulfuric from a
Noisome.
volcano.
I've never heard that word before. And noisome
there's so many
fuses
words.
rise from the depths of the cavern. To the west, you see a range of green hills, partially covered in trees and thick woodland. A few hundred meters to your right, you can see where the forest begins, extending all the way to the hills. You realize that you must head in the direction of the hills to reach Grey Guilds, but which route will you take? If you go through the forest, turn to 256. If you would rather take a more direct route across open ground, turn to 134.
Hang on a minute. I'll go through the forest because it's an adventure.
You enter the green and gloomy shade of the woods. Bleeding now, I wish I could keep my teeth in. I also get speech jamming because I can hear myself 500 milliseconds after I've spoken.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Jams me. Anyway, you enter the green, gloomy shade of the woods. After a while, you stumble into a clearing and stop in surprise at the sight that greets you. A huge white she-wolf, almost as large as a pony, is suckling 2 cubs. She pushes them aside and crouches, snarling. Will you back off and leave, offer the wolf some dried meat, or attack her?
Offer her some meat.
Good choice. Cross one of your provisions off your adventure sheet. Okay, we'll just do that quickly. So you've got 9 provisions left. Okie dokie. Crouching on one knee, you toss the dried meat to the wolf, speaking in soothing tones as you do so. The wolf accepts your gift. Then a green-robed figure steps into the clearing. He has an oak staff in one hand and a silver sickle in the other. A crown of mistletoe rests on his head. He smiles at you and says, "My name is Wodeman. I am the guardian druid of this sacred grove. My friend, Snowmane, thanks you for the gift of food. Such gentle generosity deserves reward. The blessing of the druids will go with you. May fortune smile on you. You gain 1 luck point, but unfortunately, because you're already at your initial luck, you won't get any more. You look weary," he says. "Here, have this." He takes a golden apple from his robes and hands it to you. Note it down on your adventure sheet. Such apples are wonderfully refreshing and will restore up to 4 stamina points when you eat one. You thank him, and knowing that you must continue on your quest, reluctantly, you leave the idyllic peace of the sacred grove. So I'm actually just going to add 1 more provision back. Yeah. So you got 10 again. Lovely. That was easy.
Can't make a wolf though, can I?
You can't what?
Have one of the wolf cubs.
Oh, well, there is that. It would be mighty tasty.
the cone. No, I was going to train it and make it fight for me.
Oh, why do I always go there? Anyway, turn to 159. You force through heavy undergrowth for some time, making your way over the hill and into a thick wooded valley on either side. On the other side. You then take a trail heading west and are making good speed until rounding a corner you see a huge brown scaled lizard with 8 legs, basking in the sun. Its heavy horned jaw is filled with long pointed teeth. You may test your luck to see if you slip past it without waking it. If you're lucky, turn to 267, so on and so forth. If you prefer not to take this risk and leave the path to cut a way through the undergrowth, turn to 384. So would you like to test your luck or go through the undergrowth?
Well, I've got a vague memory about multi-legged lizards from...
Was this a fever dream?
No, it's from the first edition monster manual. I think there's a basilisk creature with like 8 legs or 6 legs. And I always thought it was weird because it says extra sets, like a centipede, but lizard. So I don't really want to mess with this because if it wakes up, it might turn me to stone.
Aha! Very good. You do know what it is. Well, you could be lucky. I mean, you do have the top score. In fact, because you have the highest luck score possible, no matter what, you will be lucky.
Right. Okay. Well, if I can't fail, then I'll do it.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, then, could you roll 2d6, please? You are indeed lucky, but next time you may not be so. We'll reduce your luck score to 11. And we will follow that path.
I couldn't remember if they've got 6 or 8 legs, but it wasn't like you think of an 8-legged thing and you think of a spider or a crab or something like that. But this was just long with extra sets of legs.
Creeping stealthily, you barely rustle the dry leaves underfoot. The soporific basilisk does not even notice you, which is just as well. Its eyes flicker open for a moment, and a small mouse, which happens to be running across its line of vision, closes and turns it to stone. You hurry quickly on your way, lest you suffer the same fate. Well done.
I might have used one of these in a dungeon one time back in the campaigns.
Yes, of course, because the fighting fantasy didn't just stop at the game books themselves. They actually designed a tabletop adventure RPG games, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they probably did. But Ian Livingstone,
I'm just humouring you.
They set up Games Workshop. So
yes,
they started Games Workshop, and they imported all of the role-playing materials that everybody played in the 70s from the US and mail ordered them out of a London flat from a kitchen table. So,
wow.
And then
amazing.
They both went
how
on.
humble the beginnings are.
Steve Jackson did Lionhead Studios. Ian Livingstone ran EA, Crystal Dynamics. Core Studios, I think, actually created Lara Croft.
Yeah.
So these guys are as much OG. They're the OG British people, like Gary Gygax and Sandy Peterson over in the States.
Not only are we getting an adventure, folks at home, we are getting a history lesson in tabletop gaming and choose your own adventure game books and their creators here. I mean, I didn't actually know that stuff that you just said there. Yeah. I knew some of it about Games Workshop and that kind of stuff, but the extra bits that you added there, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So thanks for that.
Is like executive CEO of EA or something. I don't know. He was. He's really, really big in computer gaming. in all kinds of games.
Sorry. Shadow's back. What's the crack? Jackaloose and Mateys. Yeah, not a lot, mate. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. We've just been getting a little bit of extra information from Greg here about the history of Ian Livingston and Steve Jackson. Who else have we got? Is it a notch apple? What's a notch apple?
Don't know.
A shiny apple. Can it be banked? You see, this is the problem with me not looking at the chats. They go stale, and then I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Anyway, on with the show. The trail winds between the spurs of two hills and plunges down into a moist mossy dell. At the bottom, a large dew pond covered with algae shaded by the boughs of a horse chestnut tree. Your attention is caught by a weak cry. An old woman is up to her neck in the middle of a pool. Her matted hair is streaked green with the scum of the pool. "I'm drowning! Help me! I'm tangled in the weeds!" she begs piteously. If you want to help her, turn to 230. If you decide to ignore her and hurry on, turn to 65. Don't forget, you also have lifelines. You can ask the audience, phone a friend, or if you wish to backtrack, you can do, but that would be a bit pointless after the last one.
I know they want me to save her, which is why I think it's a trap. Especially if there's a basilisk down the road. You know what I mean? It's not exactly inspiring me with confidence about this neighborhood. So I think I'm going to go and help her, but I think suspiciously.
You're going to help her, yeah?
Yeah.
Okie dokie, turn to 230. You wade carefully into the scum-covered pond and hold out your hand to the old woman. There is a sudden churning in the water, and the slimy tentacles slither around your thighs. The old woman's head rears up at you, revealing a huge horny beak where her chest should have been. Above a bloated body, sprouting 6 tentacles. You must fight the Grendel. Now, you've got to backtrack, so you can go back and choose the other thing. You haven't engaged in battle yet, so you can use your backtrack now if you want.
I did say it was a trap, didn't I? So I will. I'll use the backtrack, because I already called it.
Okay. Just mark it off on your adventure sheet then. So backtrack has been used.
And that looks like quite a nasty. Yeah, all these monsters are pretty nasty, actually. They're all, like, the basilisk is not to be messed with. For a start.
No, it is not.
That's a one-shot kill for any character. And this one doesn't look. This one looks pretty tasty as well.
So back to 270.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, she could be. She's a witch. It's pretty unlikely she's going to be drowning just as I'm walking past. I'll hurry up.
The thing is, as well, you've played these books before. Like the guests that I've had on previously, they're familiar with Choose Your Own Adventure game books, but they're not familiar with the worlds of Steve Jackson and Ian Livingston. So you actually know lore about them. So you know what to look out for, and you've read these books before. You know the flow of the game, so good for you, mate. This is interesting. So anyway, you've decided to ignore her, you heartless bastard.
She's probably a witch or some kind of devilish creature.
She's a Grendel.
Oh,
we've just figured it out. Eventually, the hills give way to a desolate grey moor stretching out to the west. After half an hour or so, you see a cloud of dust ahead. You soon make out a group of 20 horsemen. They wheel their steeds towards you at the drumming sound of hooves carries to you over the breeze. As they get nearer, you can see that this is a band of warrior women clad in chainmail and studded leather armor. Their faces look grim and unwelcoming as they wheel around you, forming a closed circle. Their captain spurs her horse forward and tersely demands what you are doing out here alone on the edge of the moor. So, will you tell them about your quest, say that you are from another world, tell them you are the last survivor of an ambushed caravan, pretend that you are deaf and dumb, or demand that they escort you to Grey Guilds on the moor?
I think number 5. Yeah, definitely.
Demand that they escort you.
Yeah.
Okay. The captain sneers at you and says sarcastically, "Why, yes, mighty warrior, we shall be glad to do as you ask. You shall dine with our leader, Horkana, tonight. Mount yourself behind Elvira here," she says, pointing at one of the younger women. The women begin to chuckle, and the captain says, "But first, we must take your weapon." At a command from the captain, the circle of horses closes in on you. You draw your sword and manage to wound one of the women before you are attacked from all sides. They are strong fighters and use the flat blades of their swords to stun you. You drop your sword and you fall to the ground, lose 2 skill points. When you acquire another sword, you may restore them. There are too many warriors to resist, so you decide to do as you are told for a while, and accepting a helping hand onto Elvira's horse. She does not look too pleased that you are going to sit behind her all the way to Grey Guilds. You console yourself with the thought that at least you are going in the right direction, and you're sat behind some hot chick on a horse. So,
bunch of cowards. 20 on 1.
Yeah, it's not fair, is it?
Yeah, so, death by snoo, Natty, yeah. Death by snoo!
So I've reduced your skill score by 2. You're down now to 9, and when you get another sword, you can get those points back.
Okay. So it's like unarmed fighting.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so you ride on into the late afternoon, moving from the wilderness into a grey, desolate moor. Ahead, you can see the walls of a large city. A salute is given as you approach the huge arched gate in the fortified wall. The captain details half her patrol to remain on guard at the gate. Turning to you, she says, "We're taking you to Horkana. She will want to ask you some questions. Do you want to seize the first opportunity to fight your way out, or go quietly and see what happens?"
No, I'll go with them, see what happens.
You ride into the City of Learning, Grey Guilds, along a street called Moorgate. Many of the buildings are quite grand, built of light grey stone. You see a mixture of people in the streets. There are some men wearing light blue togas who are sages and professors from the Guilds of Learning. Other groups of young men and women are carrying books and scrolls. You realise that, unarmed as you are no match for these women and have no alternative but to go with them. You are taken along Moorgate, past various food and pottery shops, and then down bustling Store Street. They turn right down Guard Street and come to a halt outside a squat grey building. It is the watch house. The patrol dismounts and you are ushered inside. After a short delay, you are taken into a large office. Inside is a tall, striking raven-haired woman dressed in a long black cloak which parts to reveal the polished hilt of a longsword. I'm glad it was that. Her bearing suggests great personal power. She stands and greets you. "I am Horkana, High Priestess of the Temple of Felcarinla, and Marshal of the Watch. You have been telling some unusual stories. She nods and guards begin to search you. You try to resist, but you are held powerless. The talisman is ripped from its place of concealment and handed to Horkana. She recognizes it immediately and laughs with rapturous delight. She turns away and says, "I am going to the temple. Throw this fool out into the street." You are hustled out, and the door of the watch house slams shut behind you. You have lost the talisman. What will you do next? Go back down Guard Street to Store Street, turn down Smith Street, or walk down the Street of Seven Sins?
Well, it's probably not time to visit the red light district.
Who knows? You might
I'll
be
go down
getting some horizontal refreshment.
No, man, I need a weapon. Smith Street.
Yes, you've lost the talisman, so you're not doing too well on that front.
I need to get a weapon and get to the temple. And the temple can't be that hard to find, can it?
Well, you were just in it.
No, it was the guardhouse. She's gone.
No, yeah, it was the guardhouse. Yeah. Shut up, Jack.
Who's running this adventure?
You stride down Smith Street. Next door to a tinker's shop, you see what appears to be an armourer's. Do you wish to go in or pass by?
I definitely want to go in. I have money.
You do. You have 10 gold pieces. Inside, working an anvil, is a brawny man glistening with sweat. He's fashioning the hilt of a sword. Other finished swords stand in a rack along the side of the shop. Take your pick. 7 gold pieces, he says without looking up. You may buy one if you wish, and then turn to 160, or thank him and leave and turn to 104.
No, I'd definitely buy one.
Okie dokie. So you now have 3 gold, and you have your sword back. So we'll bring your 2 points back. There you go. Lovely. Okie dokie. Turn to 160. You choose a sword which feels well balanced. It is a well-crafted long sword, similar to those used by the warrior women. You may restore the 2 skill points you lost if you had your sword taken. You pay the man and leave. Turn to 104. Okay.
Nice.
Could have just gone to 104. What did you say, mate?
Nice.
Nice. You continue on down Smith Street. There are no shops here, and the street is deserted, except for a stooping, cowled figure who looks like a beggar. He comes up to you and suddenly draws himself up into his full height. Inside the cowl there is nothing, no face, just 2 glowing coals suspended in blackness. Your horror at this apparition turns to dread as it hisses a sibilant whisper. Did you think that... I'm not doing it. Did you think that you could run from death? Give me the talisman.
Do the quagmire one.
The what?
The quagmire.
You want me to do quagmire?
As death.
No way.
Go on, just once.
I can't even do Quagmire's voice. Did you think that you could run from death? Give me the talisman. A black gloved claw reaches out towards you. Do you say that you no longer have the talisman or attack this thing immediately?
Say I no longer have the talisman. But I have this death note. Look, it's got Horkana written on it.
I owe you 1 talisman.
That was a reference to anime, as they say.
A meme?
Anime.
Anime?
It's kind of Japanese drawing, I believe.
Sorry, anime. Anime. You mean anime. Yeah. Anime. Anyway. Turn to 81. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Lies! It hisses and strikes you with its claw before you can move. A chill numbness spreads from the wound, and as you feel your lifeblood is being drained away, you lose 1 skill point and 2 stamina points. Now you must fight the minion of death. Each time it strikes you, you lose 1 skill point as well as the normal stamina loss. So, first of all, we'll get your adventure sheet.
There's no running away from this. It's got to be done.
It's got to be done. You can't even backtrack because you used it. So lose 1 skill point and 2 stamina points. So you're down to 10 and 17 on your stamina. So, where's it gone? Where's it gone? It's the battle music. Yeah, it's a good thing you went there instead of running into this bugger without it. But unfortunately, you're going to lose 1 skill point every time it strikes you. So, the usual play of battle is you roll 2 for the enemy, and then you roll 2 for yourself, and whose ever attack strength is higher wins the round. So that this enemy has a skill of 7 and a stamina of 7.
And do I use luck after the rolls?
Yes.
To
If you wish.
roll. Like, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to do a luck on that.
We'll see. We'll see. I think we've got a Yarny raid going on. Welcome, Yarny. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you all. Greg's about to engage in battle with a minion of death. And so, with the first attack round, please, will you roll 2d6 for the enemy? A 6 and a 2 gives them 15. Now if you can roll 2d6 for yourself, please. A 4 and a 1 gives you 15. You've parried blows, so nothing happens. Next attack round, roll 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 4 and a 2 gives them 13. And now, if you can roll 2d6 for yourself, please. A 1 and a 5 gives you 16, which means you've won that attack round.
Yay!
Good job. We'll reduce their stamina by 2 to 5. If you wish to use your luck at this point and you're lucky, you'll reduce their stamina by another 2 points.
Yeah, go on.
Or you can carry on.
Yeah, I'll use.
You want to test?
So 2d6.
Sorry, are you testing your luck?
Yes, please.
Okie dokie. 2d6, please. A 4 and a 5. That's 9. That's below your luck of 11. So we'll reduce your luck down now to 10. And we'll reduce the stamina of the monster down to 3. Well done.
Nice.
Next attack round. Can you roll 2d6 for the enemy, please?
Oh, no!
Oh, a 6 and a 4. You better get a good one next time. That gives them 17. Roll 2d6 for yourself, please. A 6 and a 4. It gives you 20. You won that attack round. That brings them down to 1. If you want to use your luck again, you can do, and you will defeat the enemy. Otherwise, you can just try for another attack round.
I think I'll try for another attack round and save the luck.
Okie dokie. Roll 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 2 and a 6 gives them 15. And if you can roll 2d6 for the enemy, please. Sorry, for yourself. Oh, snake eyes. That gives you 12. They won that attack round.
Okay.
So you lose 2 stamina points, bringing you down to 15. And you also lose a skill point, bringing you down to 9. Now, you can test your luck at this point. you can test your luck at this point, and you can reduce the stamina blow by 1, so you'll get 16 stamina left instead of the 15. But if you're unlucky, it'll be reduced to 14. So, you want to test your luck?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, 2d6 please. Must be 10 or lower.
Okay.
A 4 and a 2, good. That's 6. You were definitely lower than that. We'll reduce your current luck to 9, and we will bring your score back up to 16. So, next attack round, roll 2d6 for the enemy, please. 6 and a 1 gives them 14. And if you can roll 2d6 for yourself, please.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. It's the first 2.
It's all right. Either way, you won. Either with either of those sets of dice, you won anyway. So well done. You've won the attack round. You've won the battle. Congratulations, Greg. You did it.
I should have spent that luck point. That
you don't think so?
Round, I should have pushed luck and killed it in that round, because then I wouldn't have lost a stat. I wouldn't have lost another stamina and had to spend a luck anyway to get one of those back.
Well, congratulations, mate. You won the fight against the Minion of Death, and that was your first battle. It was successful. Good job. Round of applause from people in the chat. Yes, let's just say hello to the chat, because we did get a Yarny raid just now. So we have some extra peoples coming in. We got Sandy Q. Hiya, Sandy. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Are you winning, Greg?
Kind of.
Are you winning, son?
So far, I didn't get turned to stone by a basilisk, so I knew how to count legs.
Hello, Yarnwitch. Thanks for the raid, sweetie. Good to see you. I hope your stream went well. And everyone's welcoming everyone into the chat. Good to see you all. Thank you so much. Right, so on with the game. You won the round. So turn to 175. Your last blow meets no resistance. The grey cloak billows to the ground in a heap. All is silent except for the sudden keening of the wind. You rest again. You rest and begin to overcome. What? You rest and begin to overcome the shock to your system. If you have lost any skill points, all but one are restored.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you lost one. So I'm not restoring that.
All but one,
or,
yeah. No, I mean, the touch of death should cost you a skill point, surely.
It did, but it wasn't when you were engaged in battle, was it?
No. Well, that's the GM's call. I'm not going to interfere with your
decision. Yeah, I'm not restoring it. Fuck you.
Not fair, but that's what's just the way it goes. I've got a perfect mug for you.
Let's have a look. Does it say? Hang on.
Because I'm the DM, that's why.
The wrath of the DM, indeed. Meanie DM.
It's got a massive crack in it, so I can't use it for games, but I can't throw it away. My
arse has got a massive crack in it as well.
So I've heard. Well, Luke.
Who's been telling stories about me?
You! You have!
Oh, I have, yes. Anyway, cautiously you move on to coming to Silver Street. Turning down Silver Street, you are startled by what sounds like men's voices whispering nearby. You soon realize that a trick of the wind is carrying their words to you through a broken piece of pipe, which connects a ramshackle house to an open drain. There are 3 of them, and it seems that they are planning to rob the jewelers, which you can plainly see on the bend of Silver Street. There is a shabby staircase leading up to the house, and you creep towards it. Will you go up the staircase, walk quickly to the jewelers, or ignore this and turn into Store Street?
I don't really want to fight 3 guys. I don't owe the jeweler anything, but see, they haven't robbed anyone yet, so they've got nothing.
They got nothing.
They got nothing. They're not even worth my time. So I'll go to the jewelers with the hope that I might get a reward.
Okay. You enter the jewelers. It seems to be curiously lacking in things of real value. The jeweler is a small man with a monocle. He's just locking a large safe behind his counter. As he reaches for the closed sign, before you have a chance to speak, the 3 thieves you overheard burst into the shop, brandishing swords. Will you seek to get in with the thieves by capturing the jeweler, or leap to the jeweler's aid and attack the thieves?
Well, I said I didn't want to attack them, but go on then, I'll attack them. This is not going to plan.
2 of the thieves, thick-set bruisers in brown leather breeches, turn to face you, while the 3rd man, a weasel-faced man, goes for the jeweler. You must fight the 2 thieves together.
Right.
So, before we start, let me think about this. Right, so there's the first thief and the second thief. If you were fighting them one at a time, it would make it a little bit easier, but you're not. You're fighting them together. Mm-hmm. So the state of play is you choose which one you want to try to reduce their stamina, and the other one you still have to roll for them and for yourself. Mm-hmm. But if you win, you only parry blows. Okay.
Okay.
Right then. So let's get your adventure sheet up. Get that battle music going. Let's get it going. 6 and 7 and 5 and 6. Okay. Right, so are you going to fight Thief 1 or Thief 2 first?
Thief 2, because he looks weedy.
Okie dokie. Roll 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Bugger.
6 and a 3. That gives them 14. And if you can roll 2d6 for yourself, 2 and a 4, that gives you 15. That means you win that attack round. We'll reduce their stamina down to 4. However, if you can roll 2d6 for the other one, a 5 and a 3 gives them 14. And if you can roll 2d6 for yourself, please.
Oh, come on. What's going on with these
3 and a
guys?
1 gives you 13. Unlucky. So we'll have to reduce your stamina to 14. You can test your luck and mitigate the blow.
No, I'll keep going.
Okay then. Choose which monster you want to fight.
I'll fight Thief 2 again.
Okie dokie. Roll 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 4 and a 1 gives them 10.
Oh shit. Clear that and I'll roll
It's
again.
okay. No, it's alright. Good scores. 5 and a 6, yeah?
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
That gives you 20. You won that attack round. Well done. And then, of course, we'll reduce their stamina down to 2. If you can roll 2d6 for the other enemy, please. A 1 and a 2. That's pretty good. That gives them 9.
Good for me.
And if you can roll 2d6 for yourself. 6 and a 1, which means you parried those blows. Well done. And if you want to test your luck, you can do, or we can carry on.
Right, I'll carry on. So I
Okay,
just parried
would you
both
like-
of them, did I? They both attacked me and I parried them both?
No, you actually reduced the first one down to 2. You won the attack round, and then you...
Yeah, so the first
you
one...
parried the second one.
Yeah.
So 2d6... sorry, do you want to carry on with Thief 2?
Yeah, I'm beaten down. What I'm thinking is he's got the lowest stamina. It'd be the easiest to take out first.
Fair enough. 2d6 for the enemy, please. It's a 5 and a 1. Gives them 11. And then 2 for yourself. 4 and a 2. Gives you 15. You've defeated that enemy.
Cool.
Awesome. But you still need to roll 2d6 for the other enemy in this attack round. Oh, a 5 and a 3 gives them 14. And then 2 for yourself. 4 and a 4 gives you 17. You parried. So, next attack round. Roll 2d6 for the enemy, please. 2 and a 3 gives them 11. And then 2d6 for yourself, please. 5 and a 6, nice. Gives you 20. So we'll reduce their stamina down to 5. Would you like to use luck?
Yeah, I will use 1 point. Yeah, I'll roll up. Try and push my attack.
2d6, please. 6 and a 4.
That's a
No, you were unlucky. So we'll have to add 1 point back to the monster. And we'll reduce your luck score down to 8. Next attack round. 2d6, please. 3 and 5 give them 14. And then 2 for yourself, please. I'll go for 3 and 2. You parried blows. Next attack round, please. 2d6 for the enemy.
Oh.
2 and a 2.
Come on, roll high.
They got 10. You got 15. You win that attack round. Reduce their stamina to 4. Would you like to use luck?
No, I'll leave as is.
Next attack round, please. Can you roll 2d6 from the enemy?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Gives them 15.
Oh, no.
And 2 for yourself.
Oh.
3 and a 3. Gives you 15. You parried. Okay, next attack round. 2d6, please, for the enemy.
Roll low, then roll high. That's how we do it.
4 and 2 gives them 12. 2 for yourself,
Oh.
please.
Yeah.
Nice. It gives you 20. You win that attack round. Reduce their stamina to 2. You want to use luck?
That'll only give me 1 extra, won't it? So it won't actually affect things because I'll still have to attack the next go.
No, so you've reduced their stamina by 2. If you are lucky in the next round, you will wipe them out because it always reduces the enemy blow by 2. but it only reduces your own blow by 1, if that makes sense. So if you want to use luck, you'll destroy the enemy if you're successful.
No, I'll save it. There's only 11. I know I've got a luck potion, but I don't want to burn through too much of it. So I'll just...
Okie dokie. So 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 6 and a 3 gives them 15.
Oh.
It is when you roll that. Let's see what it gives you. 2 and 2. Oh, 13. They struck a blow on you. They win that attack round. Reduce your stamina to 12.
I can feel a sandwich coming on.
A golden apple, yeah? You want to do the next attack round? Or test your luck?
No, I'll do an attack round.
2d6. 1 and 4 gives them 11.
It's better.
3 and a 6 gives you 18. Nice. Which means you've defeated the enemy. You won the attack round. That's it. It's all over. The fat lady sung. Well done, mate. Congratulations. You did it again. However, it was at great cost. You know, you did suffer some...
Yeah, there were 2 of them.
There were setting about you like that, bastards. Anyway, well done, mate.
There's another one with the jeweler, so...
Well, we'll see what this one wants to do. So you won the battle.
Kill them both.
Oh,
Says if you kill one of them, turns 299.
God damn it!
Look, the other one, that last one I hit, is unconscious, not dead. I just turned the body alive.
Yeah. Do you know what, mate? I'm gonna be courteous here. I'm actually going to give you... I'm actually going to give you 4 points back, because I feel like you were attacked twice after that first death. So I'm going to give you 2 stamina points back.
Okay.
See, chat, so I'm not that much of a meanie DM.
Poke him with a stick.
Who said that? Welcome, Grizzled. It's good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us. Beating for info. Yeah. Teabagging is called for. Right then.
299.
With a shout of victory, the jeweler steps back from the fallen body of his assailant, a bloodied sword in his hand. You are surprised that such a small old man is so skillful. Seeing this, your other opponent throws down his sword and runs out of the shop. You may pick up the thief's sword. The jeweler turns to you, his monocle swinging at his waist, and thanks you. He reaches behind the counter and hands you a leather pouch containing 10 gold pieces, a small velvet-covered box. Inside the box is a magnificent ruby. No one can call Oliol the jeweler a miser, he says, scarcely believing your good fortune. You thank him and leave. You gain 1 luck point. Awesome.
Nice. And a big fat ruby.
And 10 gold pieces.
I can feel a shopping spree coming on.
You've got 13 gold pieces, you got a ruby, and you got a luck point.
Cool.
Nice.
That'll come in handy. Well, that went quite well.
That did. It did. Now, while we're sitting here waiting to go through to the next page, do you want to eat any of your provisions?
Yeah, I was thinking it would be a good time for a bit of a food stop. So yeah.
So how many provisions do you want to eat?
The golden apple. Can you eat more than one at a time? I don't want to waste it. Have the golden apple. It will put it up to 21.
Well, any of your provisions restore your stamina by 4. Mm-hmm. If you were to eat 2 provisions, it would only restore it to 21 anyway, regardless of whether it's 4 for each provision. Okay. You just want to eat 1 provision.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. That brings your stamina back up to 20. Lovely. Good job, Greg. You're doing really well.
Thank you.
Okay, so turn to 304. Ooh, that's a good number. 304's in the house. You continue down Silver Street past the Jewelers, which is closed, and turn left into a tree-lined avenue called Booker's Walk. 2 very grand buildings, built of blocks of grey stone, stand on either side of the road. A group of young people in blue togas, escorted by a white-haired old man in pale blue robes, enters the building opposite. A flag showing books and scrolls is flying from the nearest building. It appears to be a library. Will you see what information the library has to offer, or investigate the other building to find out what the young people are doing?
I think I will go into the library, because come into this, where is it, Grey Guilds on the Moor. I need to take the talisman back to my world in order to save this world. So before I go and get the talisman, I need to find out how to get back to my world. And they were talking about books and stuff. So I think the library has probably got a clue to how I can get back to the
That
real
is
world.
part of your quest. You do have to learn how to get back to your world.
So I'll go to the library.
Yeah, okay.
That goes back to the Call of Cthulhu gamer in me, because you have to do a lot of research in that. It's library use is a skill, and you have to spend days researching at the library. So
well, you've entered the library. The entrance of the hall of the library is filled with desks which scribes are working. Copying and scrolls. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to have to go back and look at that one. Anyway.
Working and copying scrolls, maybe.
Which scribes are working, copying. I think, no, there's some words missing there. It's copying something and scrolls.
Copying and illustrating scrolls, maybe. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe. Reclining on a plush window seat is a wrinkled old fellow in the pale blue robes of a scholar. You feel out of place wearing armor in a quiet of the library, where the stillness is broken only by the scratching of pens. Welcome to the largest library in Manmarch, says the sage. Choose any tome or scroll you wish to peruse. Perhaps I may be of assistance. What is your field of study? Will you ask to read something about the gods, or ask to read about the history of Grey Guilds?
Study the gods, because they brought me here.
The sage directs you to the Book of the Gods, a large leather-bound tome inlaid with gold leaf. Turning the gilt-edged pages, you realise the gods of Orb are many. You recognise a symbol on one of the pages as a token borne by the warrior women. The goddess is Fel Corinla, swords mistress of the heavens. She is sworn to oppose Rocheval the Good, god of the paladins. To your excitement, you discover a reference to the Talisman. Some believe that it can be used to command the undead minions of death. Turning the page, you come to reference to the All-Mother, nature herself, preserver of life, who cares for all. Then you see a bizarrely illustrated page dealing with Anarkil, breaker of edifices, who spurns order. You are just learning of Avatar the One, essence of light, when you realize that it has grown dark while you were reading. You thank the sage and leave quickly, hoping to find a safe place to sleep. Have you got everything that you want from that page?
Breaker of edifices. Hang on.
Uh-huh.
What's it? Mother, the All Mother.
Yeah, so turning the page, you come to a reference to the All Mother, nature herself, preserver of life, who cares for all.
Roshaval the Good.
Yeah, Roshaval the Good, god of the paladins.
And who's the other?
Belkarinla, swords mistress of the heavens. And Avatar the One, essence of light.
Okay. So does that mean women are evil?
Probably in this.
They oppose the good. Okay.
You leave the building and continue down Booker's Walk. The streets are already deserted and there are few lights in this part of the city. You search for the welcoming light of an inn. Then, without warning, the steel teeth of a hidden man-trap shut around your leg, ripping your flesh. You are in terrible pain, lose 2 stamina points. Shadowy figures loom out of the murk all around you. Their faces glow with a sickly pallor in the moonlight. They are wearing black robes clasped at the neck by shrunken human skulls. Do you still have the Talisman of Death? If you have not, turn to 150. So, first of all, just going to take those 2 stam points.
Good job I had a burger.
And so we turn to 150 because you have lost the talisman. We are the priesthood of death, says one of the figures. We have come for what is ours. Your arms are held and you are searched. Realizing that you are not carrying the talisman, they step back. One of them strikes you across the face. Where is it hidden, worm? Suddenly, the clatter of hooves disturbs the menacing priests. A large group of riders carrying torches comes into sight, and the priests melt back into the shadows as silently as they came. The riders of the watch halt before you. You're in a pretty pickle. That's one less problem for us tonight, eh, girls? This provokes a gale of laughter, but you fail to see the funny side as they ride off, leaving you held fast in the jaws of the trap.
Worst guards ever.
Bastards! You are left alone to wonder how the lawkeepers of this city could be so cruel as to leave an innocent person in such dire straits. You tear feverishly at the trap, terrified of some footpad slitting your throat for its own vile amusement. Soft footsteps approach. You look over your shoulder and see a man approaching. Here, he says, let me rescue you from this trap. He steps on the release catch, which had been out of your reach, and the trap springs open. You step free, and he walks along by your side. Have you a place to stay tonight? Perhaps you would like to sleep in my humble abode, he asks, looking sideways at you. You are curious that he should be walking the streets alone at night, but you are also exhausted. So will you accept his offer and go home with him, or decline his offer?
I will decline his offer because I think he's going to try and rob me or possibly put his finger in me.
And we all know the salt lamp's already there. It's an inside joke for those of you in the chat don't know.
Not powered up right now. So.
It's not powered up right now.
No, it's on mains power, but it's turned off.
Yes, Davey, stranger danger. Get the olive oil, says Tomby. Greg's gonna get nonced.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going on deck now. I'm going to decline the offer. 107. No thanks, mate. I'll be good.
This could be. I've got to be honest with you, mate. You've made the choice now, but this could be one of the worst choices you make in the game.
Is it?
You walk off in the opposite direction. Your leg aches where the man trap wounded you, and you cannot find an inn. Unable to go any further, you curl up in an alley and sleep, despite the cold. Your awakening is rude indeed, for you are being dangled in front of the face of a huge ogre. He grins evilly as he swings your head against the wall and drops you. Lose 2 stamina points. If you are still alive, you must fight the ogre.
Oh well.
So, here we go.
I'd rather have my head beaten by a troll.
This enemy has a skill of 8 and a stamina of 10. He's an ogre, and sorry, you've got to first of all you've got to lose 2 stamina points because he bashes your head. And you are engaged in a battle. You cannot backtrack, and you cannot eat any provisions. So, I wish you the very best of luck, Greg. And
Thanks.
if you can start the first attack round by rolling 2d6, please.
Oh shit.
A 5 and a 3, that gives them 16. And if you can roll 2 for yourself, please.
Come on, baby.
A 3 and a 2 gives you 14, which means they win that attack round, and we will reduce your stamina. What?
Not a good start.
Not a good start. You can use your luck to mitigate the wound.
Yeah, I will. I'll try. I'll do a
Okie dokie, roll
I'm gonna
2d6.
need 'em.
Got to be less than 9. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but it's got to be
Fine.
9 or less, which it is. Well done. You scored 6, but now we'll reduce your luck to 8. And if you can roll 2d6 for the next attack round for the enemy, please.
Does that increase my stamina by 1? That does not
Oh,
reduce
my
the stamina?
apologies. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm glad you're paying attention, mate.
I know. Oh, on my screen I've got a cocked dice, but on this screen it's different.
Well, on my screen you scored a 4 and a 5, which gives them 17. And if you can roll 2d6 for yourself, please. A 5 and a 1 gives you 15. Oh, that means they win that attack round again. So we'll reduce your stamina down to 13. You can use your luck if you like, or we can just do the next attack round.
We'll just go on. Yeah, just do the next attack round.
Okie dokie, 2d6 for the enemy, please. Oh, you're rolling pretty high for this guy now.
It's the GM in me. I roll high for monsters. What can I say? 3 and a 4 is 16. They win that attack round as well, just by the skin of their teeth. It's getting like 18, 17, 17. Look at these rolls.
You're literally 1 or 2 below them in every roll so far. Anyway, you've got a stamina of 11 now. You can use your luck if you wish, or go for the next attack round.
Yeah, I will try and reduce. Yeah, I will do a luck roll.
Okay, 8 or below on 2d6. Oh, you lucky bastard. Next attack round, please. 2d6 for the enemy. 5 and 2 gives them 15. It's a little bit lower that time.
Good.
2 for yourself.
Yes, that's better.
6 and 3 gives you 18. Nice. At least you've scored 1 attack round. So we'll reduce their stamina to 8. If you want to try your luck, you can do.
I will do a luck roll for extra damage.
Okay.
No, fail.
Ah, unlucky, mate.
Never mind.
So we'll bring their stamina back up to 9. 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Not too bad.
A 2 and a 3 was that, sorry. 2 and a 3 gives them 13. That's better. A 5 and a 3 for you. Gives you 17, which means that you win that attack round. We'll reduce their stamina down to 7. You want to use your luck or carry on?
I won't, because it's getting a bit low.
Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 2 and a 4 gives them 14. And then 2 for yourself. A 2 and a 2. 2. Gives you 13. Oh! They win that attack round. Will bring your score down to 10. Do you want to test your luck?
No, I'll save it for attacks.
Okie dokie, 2d6 please for the enemy. 2 and a 4 gives them 14. 2 for yourself, please. Oh, cocked dice. Wait for it to melt and do it again, please.
Okay. We go.
6 and a 2. I think that was the same score anyway, wasn't it?
I know.
It gives you 17 anyway. Well done, you've won that attack round. We'll reduce their skill score to... their stamina score to 5. If you wish to test your luck, you can.
Do a luck roll. So off, I got 6. Okay.
6 or below.
Ooh, yeah.
Very lucky, well done. So we'll reduce their stamina down to 3. Next attack round, 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Okay.
5 and 2 gives them 15. Nice. 6 and 5 for you. Gives you 20. And we'll reduce their stamina down to 1. If you wish to test your luck, you can do. 5 or below. Are you testing your luck? Sorry.
Yes.
Ah, unlucky.
It was worth a try.
It was worth a try, but as we said, you're getting scarily close now to the sort of, unlucky place.
Unlucky loop.
Yeah. Well, no, the loop was just simply because he was stuck in a battle that required him to test his luck on every attack round. So you don't have to test your luck, but you're getting scarily close to when you will be unlucky every roll if you tried it. As soon as you get to 1, then you're going to be unlucky every time. Anyway, 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh my god.
Oh, 6 and a 4 gives them 18.
That's bad. Come on, double 6.
A 2 and a 4 for yourself gives you 15. They win that attack round. We'll reduce your stamina down to 8. I assume you want to continue the next attack round?
Yeah.
2d6. A 1 and a 4 gives them 13. That's a bit of a better roll.
8.
Yeah. A 5 and a 3 gives you 17. Now you win that attack round. And you've defeated the enemy. Thank the maker. You have done it. Well done, Greg. You made it through by the skin of your teeth.
That was rough.
That was pretty rough, mate. That was pretty rough. Well done. You made it through. At this point, I'm going to ask you if you want to eat any provisions or even drink that luck potion.
I think I want to do both. Can I do both?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 provisions and the luck potion.
So eating 2 provisions will bring your provision down to 7, and it will increase your stamina to 12. It was 8, 12, 16. Quick maths. And you want to drink your potion of luck, which will bring it back up to its initial skill, but also add 1 to your initial luck, and add 1 to your initial luck. So now you have 13 luck. Very nice.
So actually, when I'm eating, could I could eat another provision and put it up to 20, couldn't I? That put me in a really strong position. And I've still got 6 provisions left for healing. So right, I'll do that.
Okie dokie. There you are. So, job's a good one. How do you think you did, chat? Nandayo!
I mean, like, I didn't want to get a finger put on me, but like that was a bit of a punishing alternative.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I can't tell you just in case you play the book again. I can't tell you what the decision would have been if you'd you know, what would have happened if you'd have chose to go with the dude. But now at least you know what happens if you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, turn to 74. You stumble off through the darkness looking for somewhere to rest. At last you see an empty stable. You bed down in the straw. Turn to 91. Oh no.
Oh no,
shit. Look at it. It's got a skill of 10 and a stamina of 15. Shit. Okay.
This might be the end.
You fall into deep slumber and then begin to dream. The paladin crusader you saw in the rift appears to you and seems to be giving advice. The shimmering that once limed his sword now surrounds him like a halo. He urges you to enlist the help of the Thieves Guild, though it grieves me to suggest you should have dealings with such people. You may find them in the Red Dragon Inn. They may help you to recover the talisman from Felcarinla's temple, where it now lies. Suddenly, the dream seems even more real, and the paladin is shouting, "Awake, awake, you are in grave danger." You wake, and everything is silent. By the light of the moon, you see tendrils of mist curling round the door jamb. The door crashes open, a pall of mist spills into the stable, and a warrior clad in full plate armor, as black as night, and wielding a cruelly spiked mace, steps forward. He raises his visor. You can see nothing inside the helmet. Your gaze is held. Now it seems that you are looking upon the fires of hell. You are filled with despair as the black mace is raised to crush you. You must fight the Death Knight. So, if your stamina is reduced to 6 or below, we turn to 193. And if you win, we turn to 62. Here we go. Here we go again. So, let's just put the skill and the stamina in. Got a skill of 10 and a stamina of 15. But you've got a lot of luck. So, let's erase those last scores. Right. Are you ready then? Here we go. So roll 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 5 and a 2 gives them 17. 2 for yourself.
Oh my goodness.
1 and a 3 gives you 13. They win that attack round. Reduce your stamina to 18. Would you like to test your luck or carry on?
Carry on. He's got a lot of stamina.
6 and a 1 gives them 17 again. 2 for yourself, please. Nice. 6 and 6 gives you 21. They lose that attack round. And we'll reduce their stamina down to 13. If you wish to use your luck, you will be lucky.
I will. Oh, look, it's under 13.
Well, never. I never. There we go. That reduces their stamina down to 11. You've now got a luck score of 12. You will be lucky on the next luck attempt because 12. 2d6 for the enemy, please. 2 and a 5 gives them 17. That's 3 17s in a row. 2 for yourself, please. A 4 and a 1 gives you 14. They win that attack round. And we'll reduce your stamina down to 16. You want to test your luck or keep it for the attack rounds?
I'll keep it for the attack rounds for now.
2d6 for the enemy, please. A 4 and a 4 gives them 18. 2 and a 5 gives you 16. Unfortunately, they win that attack round again, so we'll reduce your stamina down to 14. You want to?
I'll roll on my luck for that, I think.
Well, you will be lucky no matter what, so I'll just reduce it to 11 and bring your stamina back up to 15.
Okay.
So 2d6 for the enemy, please. 2 and a 2. Nice. That gives them 14. 2 for yourself, please. 3 and a 3. Gives you 15. You win that attack round. We'll reduce their stamina to 9. Would you like to test your luck?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, 2d6, please. A 6 and a 2. That gives you 8. That means you were lucky. And we'll reduce their stamina by another 2, bringing it down to 7. Next attack round. 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Snake eyes. Gives them 12. 2 for you. 5 and a 2, which means you were successful in this attack round with a score of 16.
Okay.
We'll reduce their stamina down to... Sorry?
Sorry, go on.
I was just saying we'll reduce their stamina down to 5. Would you like to test your luck?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. Unlucky. It is. We'll bring their stamina back up to 6. Reduce your luck to 9. Next attack round, please. 2d6 for the enemy.
Oh, shit.
Oh. A 6 and a 5 gives them 21. You've got to score
Tables have turned.
high. 5 and a 4 gives you 18. Unfortunately, they win that attack round. We'll reduce your stamina to 13. Would you like to test your luck or go for the next attack round?
Go for the next attack.
2d6 for the enemy. 3 and a 2 gives them 15. And a 3 and a 2 gives you 4. Oh, gives you 14.
Okay.
So they win that attack round as well. Brings you down to 11. Want to use your luck or carry on?
I'll carry on.
2d6, please.
Offense is the best form of defense, as just the legend says.
5 and 6 is a pretty high score for them. 21. And 2 for yourself. 5 and a 4 gives you 18. They win that attack round, bringing you down to a stamina of 9. Test your luck or carry on?
Carry on.
2d6, please. A 3 and a 6 gives them 19. A 5 and a 3 gives you 17. Oh, they won. Sorry. I'm failing at typing. So they win that attack round, will bring your stamina down to 7.
Okay, I'm going to have to roll to try and reduce the damage.
9 or below on 2d6 then, please. You did it. At 6, we'll reduce your current luck down to 8 and we'll bring your stamina up to 8. 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 2 and a 5 gives them 17. And 2 for yourself, please. A 5 and a 1 gives you 15. They win that attack round again.
Oh my goodness. But
This
it's a
could
death
be the
knight.
end.
It is a double-eyed bastard.
It's a pretty hard one.
I'm gonna try my luck on that to reduce damage again.
Okay. Best of luck. 2d6, 8 or below.
Bugger.
Oh, unlucky. I am so sorry about that. So we'll reduce your current luck score by down to 7, and we also have to reduce your stamina score down to 5. Next round, 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 2 and a 4 gives them 16. And if you can roll 2 for yourself, that's 2 4s. That gives you 17. You just made it by the skin of your teeth.
Okay, I'm going to roll for extra damage on my luck.
Okay, best of luck. 2d6, 7 or below.
Yes.
And it is 7 or below. Well done. We've reduced your luck down to 6, and we'll take another 2 away from the enemy. They are down to 2 now. 2d6 for the enemy, please.
No! No! No!
Yeah. 22 versus 16. I'm afraid they win that attack round, bringing you down. Bringing you down to 3. Test your luck or carry on.
Carry on.
2d6 for the enemy, please.
No! This is too high.
A 5 and a 4 gives them 19. 2 and a 5 gives you 16. I'm afraid they win that attack round, and you are now on death's door with a stamina of 1. You wish to, if you roll for luck and you are unlucky, you will die here and now.
Oh right, okay. That would be really unlucky. Okay, no luck. Next attack.
Next attack round.
Die anyway. I could kill him this round.
You could.
It's all on
But
this.
if you, the thing is, right? Either of you could die on the luck roll, right? And either of you could die on this next attack round. So it's up to you.
Roll for combat.
Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh, shit. I think that might be it.
5 and a 4 gives them 19. I'm just gonna hang on. Just gonna have to restart the board again. So 19 versus 2d6 for yourself.
No. That's it.
Oh,
Dead.
Greg. Gives you
It's a death knight.
13. Oh, feckin' hell, buddy. I am so sorry, but that does mean that you have lost the game. You did so well.
Yeah,
You were
I
getting
was enjoying that. I mean, that Death Knight, that was pretty strong. That was a pretty strong enemy.
I wouldn't have wanted to go up against it.
I didn't. I'm regretting not going with the nonce.
Yeah. You should have got nonced, mate. It was worth the fingering, I think.
I got nonced. He might have left his ring in me.
Well, yeah, you kind of screwed yourself. You screwed the pooch.
Never mind. See, death comes quickly.
You can be doing awfully well all the way through the game, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just... Yeah. Never mind. Greg, you did really well. Now, it's 10 past 11 here in the UK. We can start the book again, if you like. I usually only run the show for a maximum of 3 hours. I'm conscious of your bedtime and the commitments that you got after the show as well. If we start another game, you'll end the show like in limbo. So you'll have to come back at some point and finish your game. So it's completely up to you. We can start a new game if you like, or we can end the stream here.
It's a nice encapsulated experience doing it and not starting again. It's true. So we'll probably just have to leave it like that. Yeah, I do need to make a phone call with.
That tells me he doesn't want to come back.
No. No. Not that I don't want to come back. It's just that I want to do Warlock of Firetop Mountain next time.
Well, I think you did extremely well on this one in certain places. You had some really great rolls. You had some very good battles. You made a couple of questionable decisions, I've got to say, but at least you knew about that basilisk, and you know an awful lot of the lore with regards to the creatures. Exactly,
that helped. Straight on. I mean, it's not very many people would know that if a lizard's got more than 4 legs, then it's usually a basilisk. That's just like, you'd need to have read the first edition monster manual. I don't know if they've kept them in with.
Whoa, hey, we forgot something that Rick's just pointed out.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay. Obviously, I had concussion because I was struck in the head by the Death Knight. Okay.
Well done, Rick.
Nice one. You saved us, Rick. I was just like, that's it, I'm off to bed.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you up to 6. I'm going to take your stamina up to... Where's the freaking adventure sheet? There it is. I'm going to take your stamina up to 6. And I'm going to give you...
I was using them.
I'm going to give you 1 luck point back as well. Well done, Rick. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. I'm not dead yet. Oh, that was a tough fight, though. I did expect to
Not yet. You see, the thing is, I get so wrapped up in doing the whole sequence of rolling and, you know, I even said it before the battle began, if your stamina is reduced to 6 or below, Can't forget that. Anyway, turn to 193. You are weakening. You realize that you are close to death. A sudden blinding light.
My own death.
A sudden blinding light halts the Death Knight's onslaught. To your amazement, the Paladin Crusader stands before you, bathed in silvery radiance. The Death Knight steps back, shielding its face. The Paladin's holy sword hums through the air and cuts through the Death Knight. As abruptly as he came, the Paladin disappears. There is no sign of your adversary, but the holy sword remains, casting a glow where it lays on the straw. You pick it up, realizing that it is meant for you to use in your struggle against death. As you grasp it, your wounds heal magically. You regain 6 stamina points, and you may add 1 point to your skill when using the holy sword. So, do you want to just equip the holy sword now?
Yes. That's badass.
Nice. Okay, so your stamina has been returned to 12. You've got the holy sword. And we'll equip it. What did it say? It gives you
Plus
1 extra skill. But you're back up again to 10. Nice.
Cool.
We don't have to end at all. Turn to 121. Here we go. You sleep again until the late morning sun shining into the stable wakes you. You stretch and your hand touches something cold laying in the straw. It is a gold piece, which you decide to pocket before leaving the stable. If you want to go down one of the side streets that leads to the Street of Seven Sins and the Red Dragon Inn, go to 57. If you decide against mixing with thieves and try to take the talisman from the temple on your own, turn to 221.
I definitely want to go to the pub. Gonna need the assistance of the Thieves Guild to take out the priests, especially if they're bad-tempered women.
Very well. I've added 1 to your 1 gold to your adventure sheet as well, so you now have 14 gold. So turn to 57 and the Red Dragon Inn. You take a side street which leads towards the Street of Seven Sins and are almost pushed aside by a couple of students in blue togas. They are quarreling and begin fighting in front of you. It seems one of them disagrees violently with something the other has said. As they tussle, you notice that the angry young man has dropped a small brass tiger charm. Will you interrupt the quarrel and give the charm back, ignore them and go your way, or pick up the charm?
I'll pick up the charm.
The brass tiger has a mischievous grin. You hang it round your neck, hoping it will bring you luck or protection.
Probably won't.
It won't. You come out into the Street of Seven Sins and soon find the Red Dragon Inn. Steps lead downward and the sound of raucous laughter floats up from the smoke-filled gloom below. You enter and walk over to the only part of the dive where where it is light enough to make anything out. Passing tables and stools, you come to the bar, behind which stands the bulky proprietor of the inn. Do you have the brass tiger charm? If you do, turn to 11. If you do not, turn to 3. Turn to 11.
Uh-oh.
You stop at the bar and are about to ask the barman what there is to drink when you hear yourself saying, "You fat pig, pour me a drink before the sight of your squalid, pus-ridden face makes me vomit." The barman stiffens, astonished and incensed. He gives you a strangled cry of rage and grabs his club and hurdles the bar. You step back, drawing your sword. Your eyes have adjusted to the gloom, and you notice that some of his customers are rising to their feet. They are the most disreputable bunch of villainous-looking cutthroats you have ever seen. One has a scar running down his ear to his chin. You must fight the barman and the other one, and one other.
God.
If you reduce the barman's stamina to 4 or less, he scuttles back behind the bar. If you can then reduce the first cutthroat's stamina to 5 or less, test your luck. Right, so we've got to remember this, guys. If you reduce the barman's stamina to 4, he scuttles back behind the bar. If you can reduce the first cutthroat's stamina to 5 or less, then we test luck. Okay. Christ. So 4 and 5. Just got to remember that. So here we go again with the battles. Can you please choose... Oh, hang on. Let's put the actual details in first. 7 and 8. And 8 and 9. So choose who you are fighting.
The barman.
Righty ho. If you can roll 2d6 for the enemy, then please. So 1 and a 3 gives them 11. 2 for yourself. 5 and a 2. It's alright, don't worry. 5 and a 2 gives you 17. And you've won that attack round. We'll reduce the barman score down to 6. And now if you can roll 2d6 for the other enemy, so that we can see if you parry. A 5 and a 3 gives them 16. And 2 for yourself, please. 6 and a 3 gives you 19. You parried. Well done.
Cool.
So, next attack round. Which, sorry. I'll take it, 2 and a 3, but which monster do you want to fight? Do you want to fight the barman or the
barman?
Thief?
Yeah. Try and
Okay.
get his stamina down.
Okie dokie. So that was a 2 and a 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gives them 12. And 2 for yourself, please.
Oh, look at that.
Nice. Gives you 19. Which means that you've reduced the barman's stamina to 4 or below. And so it says if you reduce the barman's stamina to 4 or less, he scuttles back behind the bar. If you can then reduce the first cutthroat's stamina to 5 or less, then test your luck. Christ almighty, put my fucking teeth back in. Right, okay. So we're facing against just the
other
the cutthroat now. So 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh shit.
5 and a 5 gives them 18. 2 for yourself. A 5 and a 1 gives you 16. Ooh, unlucky.
Okay.
They win that attack round. Brings you down to 10 stamina. Test your luck or carry on?
Carry on.
Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please. 6 and a 4 gives them 18 again. A 4 and a 3 gives you 17. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, they win that attack round just by 1. So we'll reduce your stamina to 8. Would you like to test your luck or carry on?
Carry on. How much do I need to reduce his stamina to? What do I need to reduce his stamina?
It's 5 before we test it. Before we test your luck.
Okay. What's he
So
on now?
2d6 for 9.
Good.
2 and a 1. That's pretty good. That gives them 11. 2 for yourself, please.
Yeah, that's
4
more
and a
like it.
6. That's better. Gives you 20. You win that attack round.
Now I'll roll on luck.
Okay. So we'll reduce their stamina to 7. And if you can get 7 or below on 2d6, then I'm going to take that as a 2 and a 3 and say you were lucky.
Yeah, it showed 2 and 3 on my
we've
screen.
reduced their stamina.
It's funny that because the
We've
die
reduced
roller
their stamina down to...
doesn't have the same physics on the roll, but it does have the same result chosen. So it's like, oh, here's the
Yeah,
number.
it's
and
a
then
bit
it
funny,
cuts
isn't
the
it?
animation on top.
So we've reduced your luck down to 6, and we've reduced their stamina down to 5. So now we get to test your luck to see if you are lucky. So roll 2d6, please.
Yes!
You are lucky. And we'll reduce your luck down to 5 there.
Lucky
Well done.
bastard.
So if you're lucky, turn to 200. During the fight, oh, hang on. Let's just get the battle music off now, and then we can get back to the background music. Okay, so get rid of the adventure sheet. During the fight, the brass tiger charm falls to the floor. Now that it's gone, you realize that it was cursed and that it forced you to insult the barman. You make no attempt to recover it. The cutthroat yields, and you are looked at with some admiration and respect. The barman tries to make light of things, saying, "You are truly a mighty warrior. You could even be a match for Tuchev." He tells you the story of how Tuchev beat Heimdall the Mighty. It seems that Heimdall was one of the strongest, most unpleasant men ever to swill ale at the Red Dragon. One day, a stranger, Tuchev, accepted his challenge and to a bout of arm wrestling. Heimdall lost for the first time in his life. He was furious and threatened awful reprisals if Tuchev ever returned. A few nights later, Tuchev did return and began to insult Heimdall and 2 of his friends. In the inevitable fight which followed, Tuchev killed them all and carved his initials into Heimdall's forehead. He worshipped the god of Pardon?
Grizzly.
Grizzly, yes. He worships the god of insane chaos, Anarkil, and since that night, none has dared gainsay him here. If you want to ask the whereabouts of the Thieves Guild, turn to 236. If you would rather ask them for aid in completing some unfinished business, turn to 246.
He said get the help of the Thieves Guild, so we'll go to the Thieves Guild. Ask about the Thieves Guild.
Okay. I'll give you a little hint. Whether this changes your decision or not, that's neither here or there. But some of the things in this book are there to mislead you. And so, just because it says, if you would rather ask them for aid in completing some unfinished business, doesn't mean that you're not going to ask them about the Thieves Guild. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, I'll go with my original choice. I think I don't want to. I'll go with my
Fair
gut.
enough. They invite you to join them for a drink, which you do. One of them tells you that the entrance to the Thieves Guild is through an open storm drain which leads into the sewers near Traders Row. They will meet you there at midday tomorrow. Turn to 169. 2 newcomers enter the Red Dragon ale cellar. The first is a very tall, wiry man whose frame is draped in a black cloak. The only hint of colour is his hair, very curly and dyed bright corn yellow. The second is a handsome young woman dressed in a bizarre patchwork of armour. The barman mutters under his breath and then forces forces his face into a smile. Chutev, Cassandra, welcome, he shouts obsequiously. The thieves move away from you and sit at another table. Chutev strolls into the bar and orders a drink. Cassandra sits opposite you at your table. She ignores you and Chutev joins her. Will you say nothing, get up and leave the ale cellar, or introduce yourself?
I will say nothing.
Hang on a minute. They've been trying to tell me for ages to take the chat down off the screen. Christ. I'm here. I can't. No, you can't blurt me. It won't work. Yes. So sorry. I've had that chat on there the whole freaking time. Anyway, what was your choice, buddy? Say nothing. Get up and leave,
yeah.
or okay. Turn to 2. There is an uneasy silence in the ale cellar. Chutev looks across at you and says, I don't like your face. Don't like your face. Cassandra nods in agreement. If you retort, at least unlike you, I am wholesome to look upon, turn to 294, or if you meekly reply, I'm sorry, I was born that way, and leave the ale cellar, turn to 305.
Well, this guy is supposedly the best fighter that's ever come in here. And I'm kind of wounded. Can I...
You can eat some
We're
provisions
not in battle
if you
yet,
like.
are we? I want to eat some provisions. So, can we do that? Because I need some help.
Yeah. How many provisions would you like to eat? You have 6.
3. Getting towards the end of the...
4, 8, 12. That'll bring you up to 20.
Cool. That's going to come in handy. As I
It
get
will,
my ass
mate.
beat. There's 2 of them as well. I can't fight 2 of them.
Sure you can. Sure, come on, you can do it. Right, so do you want to tell them that he's... do you want to tell him that he's ugly, or say, sorry, I was born that way, and leave?
Tell him he's ugly.
Jolly good. As they leap up, whipping out their blades and move to attack. At this, they leap up, whipping out their blades and move to attack. Chutev's sword is almost as tall as you, and he wields it negligently in one hand. Cassandra's glows coldly. Each time she hits you, you must subtract 3 stamina points. These are fucking bad bosses. If you reduce Cassandra's stamina to 4 or less, she drops back, and Chutev moves in to cover her. If you reduce Chutev's stamina to 4 or less, turn to 353. So, back onto the battle.
There's so many people to fight, and they're all so hard. Damn.
Phrasing. 10 and
Okay.
12.
So,
Hang on. 10 and 12 and 9 and 10. Okay, so the first one is Chutev, and the other one is Cassandra. So you have to choose which person you want to fight first, or which one you want to fight, and then the other one parries or test to parry. So Chutev or Cassandra?
I'm going to go for Chutev and try and parry Cassandra.
Okie dokie. 2d6 for the enemy. It's a 1 and a 5. Gives them 16. It is definitely on. 2 for yourself, please.
Bugger.
2 and a 3. Gives you 15. Oh, unlucky. They win that attack round. Reduces your stamina to 18. Test your luck or carry on.
No, I don't have enough luck for now. I'm going to keep that for a death blow, maybe.
Okie dokie. So do you want to continue to attack Chuchev and parry Cassandra the whole way through?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. 2d6 for the enemy then, please. Oh. Yeah, that's all right. So 6 and a 2 gives Cassandra 17 and a 3 and a 3. Done.
Oh, sorry.
And
Is
a
this
3 and a
Cassandra's
3
attack, which I'm
gives you...
parrying?
Yeah, it's the parry.
Oh.
So, unfortunately...
Yeah, I've missed that one.
Yeah. Yeah, shit out
So
of
I'm
luck on
going to
that
be taking
one.
5 because she does 3, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah?
So
Shit.
I'm taking 5 damage per round.
If you
If I
lose
get
on
2
both
hits from me.
sides. Yeah.
That's bad. Oh, well, this is going to be a short fight, I think.
2d6 then for the enemy, please.
Well, then.
Or a 6 and a 4
Oh,
gives them 20. Four and a 2 gives you 16. They win that attack round. That brings you down to 13. And now if you can roll for Cassandra. A 4 and a 4 gives her 17. A 1 and a 6 gives you 17. You did parry.
good.
2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh, that's not bad.
3 and a 1, that's better. Gives them 14. 6 and a 1 gives you 17, which means you win that attack round.
Awesome. Now I'm not gonna roll my luck to do extra damage.
Okie dokie. Then we'll carry on. 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Does Cassandra attack?
Alright. If you want to be attacked by Cassandra, roll 2d6 for Cassandra, please.
Well, I don't want to be, but in the pursuit of fairness.
4 and a 4. You know, like... the thing is, if the games master is stupid enough to miss an attack round, then shouldn't he, you know, lose out for that? You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
Well,
Anyway, you were unlucky.
because when you're at a table, if, like, say for instance the game master's going to make a conscious decision after considering it behind their screen, they've rolled some dice and nothing's happened, but we're doing open rolls, you got to take the dice as they roll. That's D&D with no safety. You have to take the dice as they roll.
I guess so. Well, you got a stamina of 10 now, so
Right.
2d6 for the enemy, please.
Okay.
4 and a 4 gives them 18. 3 and a 5 gives you 18. You parried blows.
Good.
And now roll for Cassandra, please.
Oh, she's weak.
4 and a 2 gives them 15.
Oh yeah.
Nice. 6 and a 6 gives you 22. You parried blows again. 2d6 for the enemy, please. 5 and a 1 gives them 16. 2 and a 6 gives you 18. You win that attack round.
Nice.
That brings them down to 8. Let me just double check what his score was. Oh, so it's 4 or less. If you bring Chuchev's score to 4 or less, then yeah. So 2d6 for Cassandra, please. 4 and a 4 gives her 17, and 2 for yourself. 3 and a 6 gives you 19. You parried blows. Well done. 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh yeah.
Nice. 1 and a 2 gives them 13. 2 for yourself, please.
Oh, that's shit.
2 and a 2 gives you 14. You still won the attack round.
We're both flagging.
That gives them a stamina of 6 now. And if you can roll for Cassandra, please.
Nice.
2 and a 1. Nice. Gives her 12. Five and a 1 gives you 16. That means you parry blows. 2d6 for Chuchev, please. If I can say his name. A 6 and a 2 gives them 18. 2d6 for yourself, please.
Oh, shit.
2 and a 2. Unlucky. That gives you 14. Will reduce your stamina to 8. And now test for... Sorry, if you can roll for Cassandra.
Okay.
5 and a 2 gives her 16.
Yeah, I think I parried
A
that.
3 and a 6. You did parry that. Well done. I'm just going to erase these scores so we can start again. 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This could be
21.
it, boys.
yeah, you're not winning that round with the roll like that. That gives you 14 against 21. They
just
win that
lulling him
attack
into
round, bringing you down.
I'm lulling him into a false sense of security right now. So Cassandra.
Yeah, 2d6 for her, please. Not bad. Gives her 15. 2 for yourself. 3 and a 4. You parried blows.
Good.
2d6 for Chuchev.
Yeah.
2 and a 2. Nice. 14 against. 2d6, please.
Oh, come on.
2 and... You parried blows.
This is stalemate.
Yeah, now for Cassandra, please. 1 and a 6 gives her 16. A 1 and a 5 gives you 16. You parried blows.
Oof.
Now for Chutev, please.
Still in the game. Oh my god.
6 and a 4 gives them 20.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Take that, Duchev. That's a winner. He's down to 4 stamina.
That's right. Well done. It gives you 22. That brings him down to 4.
Man.
And so let's see what happens. Let's just get the battle music out of here and back to the background music. Your last blow has drawn a gout of blood out of Chutev's side. He jumps back and says, "Anarchil, breaker of edifices, aid me." He's calling upon his god. Before you can strike the killing blow, the cellar starts to shake. An earthquake opens great cracks in the floor. There is a roar of tumbling masonry, and the inn is filled with dust. In the confusion, Chutev and Cassandra make good their escape. When the quake has stopped, you climb the steps and leave. Turn to 289.
So he's not going to help me defeat the Fel Kirla's guards women.
Not them, but you spoke to the Thieves Guild dudes and they said they know where it is, so it was in a storm drain, wasn't it?
Yeah, true.
So you step out, squinting against the bright light of the late afternoon sun. Add 1 luck for visiting the Red Dragon and living to tell the tale. So I'll just add your 1 luck point. You've got a current luck of 5, so now you have 6. Okay. So you are back in the Street of Seven Sins. If you have met a sage and he has invited you for dinner, you may turn to 229. If you have not been invited or you do not wish to go, you may go down the side street called Cobbler's Walk, heading west. Or you can go down Merchant Street, heading north. Well, you haven't met a sage or been invited to dinner, so you can either go down Cobbler's Walk or Merchant Street.
Go down Merchant Street.
Just as a quick aside, you've got 3 provisions left. You're on 6 stamina currently.
Oh, am I? Oh, blimey. Okay, I'll eat... I better eat all of them, really.
Okay, that'll bring you back up to 18. And so you have no provisions left now at this point. All of them are gone. All your food's gone. Unlucky. Including the golden apple.
Mm-hmm.
Schnapper. Okay. You pass several markets where grain merchants are dealing, but one small drab shop looks more interesting. A board announces Alembic the Alchemist. There is nothing in the window but a small plate with what looks like 5 hazelnuts on it and a stuffed lynx. Peering in, you see a man dressed in white, sleeveless robes with a phoenix rising from flames embroidered on it. Will you enter the shop or go on your way?
Enter.
Okay, Alembic greets you and says cheerfully, "You look like an adventurous person. Would you like to buy something?" You inquire what he has to offer. He shows you the following things, each marked with a price. You want to buy a small potion bottle marked Elixir of Life, 12 gold pieces, a jar of ointment labelled Bark Skin for 7 gold pieces, Fortunate Luckstone for 10 gold pieces, or the Vapors of Speed for 10 gold pieces.
Well, I've got no more healing. So the Elixir of Life would be good. How much money do I have?
You currently have 14 gold.
Elixir of Life.
Elixir of Life is 12 gold pieces. Bark Skin is 7 gold pieces, and it's an ointment. The Fortunate Luckstone is 10 gold pieces, and the Vapors of Speed are 10 gold pieces.
Vapors of Speed could be interesting. That might give us extra attacks. But then again, I tell you what, I'll get the Bark Skin because that's armor. Sounds like armor. Magical armor.
It's a jar of ointment labeled Bark Skin.
I'll have a look at
for
that.
7 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So you want that one?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to deduct 7 gold pieces, leaving you with 7 gold. The alchemist gives you the jar of ointment in exchange for the gold. You rub it onto your arms and chest right away. It will make... Sorry, he says, rub it into your chest and arms right away. It will make your skin as tough as bark for a week. You take his advice. As soon as you've rubbed on all the ointment, your skin begins to burn. The pain is excruciating and your skin blisters. You
Lovely.
lose 2 stamina points. If you're still alive, Alembic mildly says mildly concerned, alas, something must have curdled. It will pass. I'm a fair man. Here are your 7 gold pieces. Perhaps you would like to try something else. You accept your money back. And if you have not tried any of the other things, you may buy some of his other wares or leave the shop in disgust.
I think I'll leave the shop in disgust because all the things are probably like the opposite of what they said. Potion of life's going to be poison.
So I've given you your gold back.
Fool on me. Fool me twice. Fool on me again. Shame on me, or whatever it is. I don't know.
So I've given you your gold back. You have 14 gold.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I'm having to reduce your stamina to 16.
Shit.
So, you wish to leave the shop in disgust.
Yeah.
You turn down Carriage Street and see a sign of an inn, the Silver Trinket. It is next to a large stable and workhouse. It seems much more pleasant than the Red Dragon Inn, and as it is growing late, you decide to go in. The tap room of the inn is empty. You ask for a hot meal and a room for the night. The innkeeper tells you that this will cost you 3 gold pieces, but says that he is short-handed, and if you will do the washing up, he'll let you stay for nothing. The choice is yours. You have a delicious meal of roasting hippogriff in cream sauce, and after your meal, you sleep like a log and wake up feeling refreshed, gain 4 stamina points, which is nice. So
That is nice.
we'll just bring you back up to 20.
I'll do the washing up as well because I'll save the money. I might want to buy something expensive.
Yeah. I mean, if you can save the money, then why not? Right? Okay. So, as you set off, you see a small group of people clustered around a man weaving a flowery grey cloak and one dangling gold earring. He is making huge bunches of flowers appear and disappear to cries of delight and amusement of the crowd. Will you try to find a way into the Thieves Guild, try to regain the talisman on your own, or stay and watch the magic?
Stay and watch the magic for a sec. This will probably turn out bad.
The magician conjures up a cloud of blue, green, and pink smoke, which engulfs the spectators. While you watch, Chutev, the man from the Red Dragon Inn, appears from the shadows and enters the smoke. By the time it clears, neither he nor the magician in grey robes are anywhere to be seen, but the members of the crowd are accusing one another between coughing fits of being cut purses. You realise that Chutev and the magician are in cahoots. As you turn to leave, a servant places a silver salver under your nose. It bears a gold embossed carving inviting you to take sherry with one mort filio. This way, if you please, says the man. You ask who Mort Filio is, and he replies, one of the elders of the city, but says no more. Will you go with him or decline the invitation?
Better go.
You going with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
you are led along three. You are led along three tree-lined avenues through a quarter of the city you have not yet visited. Ahead of you is a large Gothic building with pinnacles surmounted by bat-like gargoyles. Before you reach it, the servant leads you into a nearby house. You follow him through to a dark parlour at the back. The walls are made of pale bamboo, and in the corner of a decrepit-looking In the corner, a decrepit-looking invalid is sitting in a bath chair, most of his form hidden under blankets. The servant lights 4 large black candles, and before leaving you alone with Mortfilio, "Thank you for coming. It is seldom that I entertain anyone who looks so vital and full of life." His voice is hoarse, and he finds it an effort to speak. The smoke from the candles makes you feel sleepy, but you are startled back to full awareness when a human skull on the mantelpiece starts to talk. This is the one, Master. At the command from Mortfilio, the skull lifts off the mantelpiece and hovers shadowy wings, holding it aloft. "Kill," says the necromancer, and the skull hurtles towards you, jaws snapping. You must fight the winged skull. There are no conditions on this, so we'll just fight it in the usual way.
Okay.
Here we go. So, this enemy has a skill of 7 and a stamina of 6. A skill of 7, stamina of 6. This one shouldn't be too hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you can please roll 2d6 for the enemy. 6 and a 3 gives them 16.
Not a good start.
2 and a 3 gives you 15. They win that attack round. And so we'll reduce your stamina to 18. Do you want to test your luck?
No, I'm going to keep hold of my luck for now.
Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh, that's a good roll.
Nice. That's good. Gives them 9. Klaatu Barata. A 1 and a 5 for you gives you 16, which means that you win that attack round. Good job. We'll reduce their stamina to 4. Okay, next attack round. Two and a 2 gives them 11.
Okay.
2 for yourself, please. 3 and a 4 gives you 17. You win that attack round. We reduce their stamina by another 2, down to 2. And if you can continue the next attack round by rolling 2d6, please. A 5 and a 1 gives them 13.
Right, need a nice high roll now.
5 and a 3 gives you 18, which means you win the attack round, you win the battle. Well done.
Yes.
You've destroyed
Smashed
the winged skull. Smashed it to bits, mate. Well done, mate. That was a fairly quick battle. You don't need to... I told you it'd be easy. Don't need to worry about that one. You smash the skull into splinters of bone, but Mortfilio has not been idle. The walls of the parlor are not bamboo, but are made of the bones of the necromancer's victims. He summons them forth to attack you. He's soon surrounded by skeletal warriors, and you decide to run before you are overwhelmed. The only clear way is down a long stone corridor that leads to an archway across which a black blanket is draped. You run through, pushing the blanket aside, and catch your breath in amazement.
Uh-oh.
You have run into a gothic building you saw from the road. It is the Temple of Death, and a huge congregation is taking part in a religious ceremony. Hundreds of black-cowled figures kneel at the prayer in the dark, vaulted church. The black candles shed enough light for you to see that many of them have embraced death already. Quickly, you swathe yourself in one of the black robes of worship hanging by the arch. The organ sounds a loud, doleful chord, and the high priest, Somnus, is invited to begin. He raises his arms, and his voice echoes round the vault as he chants in an invocation in the same doleful tones. The altar is suffused with red light, and a phantom lake of boiling blood appears. Emerging from the lake are 6 mounted wraiths, hunched figures cloaked in a pall of evil. The blood pours from them as they spur their black hell steeds into the aisle. Somnus cries, "I charge you, instruments of death, to recover the talisman." In unison, the long-dead lords reply, their voices harsh with the hatred of ages. "It shall be done." The congregation sighs with a mixture of fear and awe. You notice one of them walking to the back of the church, where he places his helmet on his head and disappears completely. Will you melt into the congregation and kneel down, make a run for the door, or put on one of the helmets?
That sounds like a bad idea. So I'm going to do it. Put on one of the helmets.
Okie dokie. Worshippers make their way for you as you walk towards the helmet, your face shrouded in the cowl of the black robe. It is standing on a table of interwoven silver bands. You place it on your head and find yourself outside in the street. The helmet bestows quickness of thought and reaction to its wearer. Add 1 skill point to your score. You guess that the powerful priests of death use the helmet to come and go from the temple without being seen. Feeling lucky to be alive, you set out to find the Thieves Guild. So, we can add 1 more skill point. That was a good choice.
Yeah.
One of the better ones you've made so far. You're back up to your initial skill now.
Yeah. Thanks to my magic sword.
Now, I'm conscious of the time, mate. It's 12 o'clock now, and you do have commitments. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, because
Okie dokie.
she's in LA, so she's up already. It's just me staying up.
Are you sure you're not getting tired, mate?
No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Okay. Do you need to refresh? Go and go to the loo, or make yourself another drink or anything?
No, I'll be good. Actually, I've got water here.
I've got a nice cold cup of coffee here. I'm going to drink it before it gets warm.
I finished my beer. I finished my tea. Now I'm on water. So I'm probably going to have about 4 litres of piss in me tonight.
I'm not going there. Turn to 83. Have you been told about the storm drain? If you have, turn to 183. If not, 149. But you have, so 183 it is. You turn right down Traders Row and walk for some way, looking for the storm drain. Eventually you see it, and checking that you are unobserved, jump down it. You land up to your ankles in slime. You wade down the huge drain until you come to a small round door set in the left-hand wall. Test your luck. If you're lucky, turn to 238. If you are unlucky, turn to 205. Right, so your current luck score is 6, 2d6, and you got to get 6 or below.
Yeah!
Nice!
Snake eyes!
Snake eyes for the win. Okay, so you were lucky. I've reduced your luck score down to 5.
Oh, goody.
Okay, as you open the door, you slip on the slime underfoot. A glancing blow catches you on the side as a harpoon thuds into the door. Lose 2 stamina points. If you are still alive, you look behind and see the firing mechanism of a trap. You open the door and step into a magnificently furnished room. Evidently, the Thieves Guild lacks nothing. A group of men, some of whom you recognize from the Red Dragon, are lounging on sofas. They leap to their feet in surprise and reach for their swords. Will you place your back to the wall and draw your sword, or calmly tell them that you have been invited? So first of all,
I've been invited. Oh yeah, loose.
I'm just gonna deduct those 2 stamina points. There we are. And so, you tell them that you have been invited, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. If we had really wanted you to come, don't you think we would have told you the safe route? Says the thief with the scar running from ear to chin, whom you recognise from the Red Dragon. They move towards you purposely. This is the welcome we give to the likes of you, he continues. Will you place your back to the wall and draw your sword? Or sit down, telling them to kill you if they like, but they'll miss out on an attractive proposition?
Well, that's a ballsy approach, isn't it? I'll do that.
Okay. Scarface looks you up and down for a moment, then he says, right, I'll get the Guildmaster. We'll see what he has to say. There is an uneasy silence before he returns with another man. Scarface says, this is Vagrant, Guildmaster of the Thieves. Vagrant is a handsome, middle-aged man wearing an ermine jacket. Twirling his mustache, he asks you the purpose of your visit. Will you say you need help to steal something, you want to steal the Talisman of Death, or you will lead them to a hoard of priceless jewellery?
Go for the middle choice.
Talisman of Death, yeah?
Yeah.
There is a hushed silence broken by Vagrant. That is indeed beyond price, he suddenly barks out. He suddenly barks out an order. We'll mount an expedition before they move the talisman. It is market day, a good time. Scarface, Jemmy the Rat, Bloodheart, and the young Lord Min will accompany our friend here. Some hours later, when they have finished their preparations, you set off. As you leave, you see a piece of graffiti scrawled in blood on the wall. There is no honor among thieves. You resolve to be on guard.
That's a reference to the Dungeons and Dragons first edition Dungeon Master's Guide. It's got an illustration in it with exactly that. That's
really?
With there is no honor among thieves scribed on the wall in blood.
that's brilliant.
Let's see if I can find it.
Scarface leads you through a maze of back alleys into a building that Jemmy the Rat tells you is a safe house. You climb onto the roof and continue running across the rooftops of the city. Soon you are on top of a tall house just below the top of the temple to Felcarinla. Bloodheart, a hulking, silent fellow, takes a rope and a grappling hook from his shoulder. He effortlessly throws it round the top of one of the temple columns. He secures his end to a chimney stack and walks across the tightrope he has created. You all manage to cross, hand over hand, and join him in the temple eaves. Jemmy the Rat, a wiry man with fingers like spiders' legs, finds a skylight and, true to his name, prizes the bars and picks the lock. Reaching inside, he disarms a trap containing a poisoned dart. You marvel at his marvel at his nimble-fingered skill. Fucking hell, that was hard to get out. They lower a rope and you all drop down to the top of a staircase. You catch sight of an old serving man passing a doorway on the landing. The others have not noticed him. Will you silence him in case he has seen you, or ignore him, hoping he didn't see you? Now, before we carry on with that choice, did you find the...
Yeah, I did. It's on Discord.
Did you find that? What's it? Oh,
yeah,
it's on Discord.
You on Discord. Yeah, I sent it to you on Discord. It's not exactly as I remember, but that's the illustration from the Dungeon Master's Guide. So that's the reference.
There's something going on. Did I freeze for a second there for you?
A little bit. It's been a little bit laggy.
For a second there for you.
Yeah, it's been a bit laggy for a little bit.
Okay. It might be because we've gone over that 3-hour
Yeah,
mark.
could be.
I'm just Discord up now. I like it. Why can't I open that in the browser?
Don't know.
There it is. So if I just big it up now, and then I can just share it quickly with the stream and put it up on screen. There it is. That's what Greg was talking about. There is no honor among thieves.
Yeah.
That's awesome, that is. I'm glad you shared that with me, mate. Thank you.
Cool. Right,
Yeah,
so I've got
this
a choice.
is starting to really lag for me for now.
Is it? Is there something you normally do to fix it?
Yeah. No, usually I don't go past 3 hours, and the last time I went past 3 hours, we were getting similar sort of issues. But nevertheless, you've got a choice to make. So, kill the dude or don't kill the dude.
Yeah, I'll silence him.
I'm gonna have to push you for an answer.
Silence him. I don't have to kill him.
You creep up behind the man, the old man. Has he? Pardon?
I said I don't have to kill him to silence him.
What did you say?
I said I don't have to kill him to silence him.
Maybe you do. I think you probably do. Anyway, you creep up behind the old man as he shuffles along the corridor. Will you use the pommel of your sword and try and knock him out, or strike him down with your sword?
I'll use the pommel of my sword to try and knock him out.
Okay. You strike the old temple servant across the back of his head or neck with the pommel of your sword. He collapses soundlessly. Will you tie him up? You go to tie him up. Good work, says Lord Min, a small, agile young man. Now I'll finish him. He steps forward with his dagger, meaning to slit the old man's throat. Will you stop him or let him kill the old man?
I'll stop him.
You reach out and knock the young thief's hand away. He drops his dagger, which clatters noisily all the way down the stairs. Sentimental fool, he snaps. The guard will have heard that. He draws another dagger from his boot. Hurry, we have a little time now, says Scarface. You hurry on. You are padding silently along the landing towards the stairs, which lead down when a loud pealing of bells fills the air. The alarm, snarls Scarface. You freeze, looking back. You are astonished to find that you cannot see the thieves who you thought were all behind you. All you can see are shadows. You are on your own. Will you go back to find the thieves or run down the stairs ahead of you?
I will run down the stairs ahead of me. Not the hairs instead of me.
You run down the stairs. You run down the stairs 4 at a time. You reach another landing before you hear the tramp of feet coming up from below. Thinking quickly, you hide behind an arras. Test your luck. If you are lucky, turn to 140. If you are unlucky, turn to 153. So, test your luck with 2d6. You've got to get 5 or below.
Oh, shit. No.
Nah, you were unlucky. So, you're down to 4 luck now. And we follow that path. Unlucky. With a shock, you realize that your foot is poking out under the arras. You pull it back as fast as you can, but you hear footsteps stopping on the other side. A woman's voice cries out, "Ha! A rat! Dead for a silver." That doesn't make sense. Anyway, she plunges her sword through the arras and into your stomach. Within moments, you are dead. Now.
Well.
At this point, it takes a funny little turn because you're not actually dead.
Wow.
Your spirit floats gently towards the Valley of Death. The featureless wind-blasted plain stretches away endlessly beyond the horizon. The souls of the dead wander there aimlessly in solitude. Just as you approach the edge of the valley, an ethereal wind gets up and your soul is wafted away. You soon feel yourself in the presence of the two who summoned you to this fantastic world of magic. The eyeless being in robes of shifting hues says, "All is not yet lost." You understand the words without hearing them. If your spirit is willing, we will reunite it with your body and turn it back the wheels of time. The other being offers you a choice. If you wish it, I will send you back in time. You will be at the lip of the rift again. Do you wish to go back in time to attempt the quest again? If you do, he lays a hand on your shoulder. They disappear. You are alive again. Your wounds are healed and you have 10 provisions. You have only the equipment with which you began the adventure, including the Talisman of Death, if you had lost it. Anything else you picked up along the way has disappeared and will be crossed off your adventure sheet. Your skill, stamina, and luck are at their initial levels, and then suddenly you are on the surface orb again. Now, the reason why they give you this choice is because obviously you could just go back to the beginning, restart the book, and re-roll all your stats. But if you want to go back with your current stats,
with this character,
with this current character, then you can. However,
the bell tolls.
We have reached the end of the stream, and I'm afraid, my good friend, we're going to have to pause your adventure.
All right. Well, that was fantastic. That was amazing. That was great fun.
Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed it, mate, because we will be bringing you back on again at some point, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely down for that.
I'm so glad that you had such fun playing. We'd need to keep a score here. So you were on 109, page 109, and these are all your scores. So I'm going to be saving this adventure sheet so you can continue your quest the next time you come on.
Awesome. Great. I'm loving it.
Well, so you had fun.
Very much so, yeah. You never go into one of these games thinking you're actually going to get through it in one run.
Well, I thought that you might have gotten through it a little bit quicker than now. If you'd have gone with that nonce, you might have
accelerated the plot a bit.
You might have accelerated the plot a little bit.
But, yeah, I can go nonce hunting next time then. But yeah, well, actually, I have been looking for a strange old man to take me back to their place and give me some food and put their finger in me. Let's go.
Well, who knows? You might be invited to dinner next time.
Cool.
What's people saying? You never go into these games expecting to survive. Yarn, which was actually the test subject, the guinea pig for these streams, and unfortunately, the technology just wouldn't allow us to do it, and we had to end the stream within 15 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
A nightmare.
Because we just kept dropping and that kind of stuff. It just wasn't working very well.
It seems to have cleared up now.
Yeah, tell me about it. But nevertheless, we've gone on for 3 hours and 18 minutes now. So yeah, we are going to have to end the stream.
Usually, I didn't pass out before the end of the stream and drop off early. See, I'm engaged. It's got me all fired up. I'll probably be up for another 2 hours now.
Well, I am going to send you into the back studio, and we can have a little chat after the show quickly.
Okay.
But before I do send you away and we do say goodbye to you, I would like you to please shill your wares.
Well, I've got a YouTube channel which has got some old videos on. I'm thinking of doing some recorded playthroughs, which might be a bit more my style, like solo, not streamed, but I don't know. It's not really my bag. But,
I've been doing that with the shorts.
Yeah, I've seen that you've been doing. What was it you've been playing?
Well, I've got a few shorts lined up that I haven't uploaded yet. But I've been playing several old console games, mainly Game Gear games at the moment.
Yeah, I was thinking of maybe taking a leaf out of that book and going back, and I was looking at games I've been getting. I've got Heretic, Hexen 2, which I loved back in the day, which I might play through and do a recording of, just to get the titles out there. I've lost my window. Where are you? There you are.
There you are. But you're also a panelist on the Hump Day Chinwag on
every
Wednesdays.
Wednesday. Every Wednesday with Tomby, Hump Day Chinwag. I was a guest, sort of touring around with Ryan Roger Athay for a little bit on his shows, but I just couldn't keep up with the schedule, staying up till 11, like 3 nights a week. Like past that, it was because you get off at 11 and then you're just awake for another hour and a half, and I have to wake up at like 6 a.m. every day. So
you couldn't be in Spinal Tap then?
As you mean?
Because they go up to 11.
Oh, yeah.
But nevertheless, all of Greg's links are down below in the description. And you can go and watch some of his previous videos on his YouTube channel. Go and check him out on Twitter. As you've already says, you're going to be probably releasing some more content soon. And
or also we've got a lot of streamers in our circle, and there is such a thing as a virtual tabletop, so we can do potentially a role-playing game at some point where we get some panelists together and play online, sort of as a lot more.
That'd be great.
That we could do.
There's Moonskull and Geeks and Gamers tabletop that do something very similar, isn't there?
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be if you wanted to be dungeon master, you know what I mean, and you could get a few of us together, you could start doing precisely what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
But with the board games and the tabletop games, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
have a think about it, mate.
Yeah, I'll have to buy some software for it though. That's the thing. That's you have to have the Games Master edition so that you can invite people in. So I need to figure out which system, and not all virtual tabletops work with all rule systems as well. So I've got to look at what I want to run, and then what it will be able to be done on. So we'll have to see.
I'm actually designing my own software currently for this stream, basically. I don't know whether I should I show it to you. I'll show it to you quickly, maybe. Oh, the bell's still tolling. let's get rid of the books overlay. Oh, no, not the whole thing. And where's it gone? Give me a second. Nearly there. Nearly there. So I wonder. So I'm halfway through programming it at the moment, and so it's not working very great at the moment. But here's a little sneak peek of some software I'm actually writing for the battle sequences at the moment. Let's see if it comes up. Here it comes. It's coming. I'm coming. I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
Right, so I've just got to enter in a few details first. So, like, I enter my name, and then
this is a bit swanky.
Yeah, so I can select the amount of enemies that you get to fight, and there's some more switches that I actually need to put in here. It's like you can escape as well, but I'll just put it on one at the moment. So I start battle, and then it puts this up on the screen, and then it's asking, you can't see it, but it's asking me to enter the player skill. So I'll just put like 12, the stamina is 22, and then the luck is 9. And then I can enter the players or the enemy's name. So I'll just put like Madman or something like that. And then I enter the enemy skill and the enemy stamina, and it sets it all up like that. And so I can start the fight, yeah, by pressing that button down there. So this is how it goes.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you can test your luck. You see what I mean?
Yeah, really good. That's really good.
But it's not set up for all of the possible battle scenarios.
Yeah, it's
that you can
bespoke
have
for this, but that's what you need. It's something that's bespoke for this. It's got the right, it's just got the right feel. Perfect, simple, and that's really good.
So there was a little sneak peek of some of the things that are coming our way on,
awesome.
on Read and Roll. But I'm programming that all myself, so yeah, it'll come along.
It will.
Hopefully I'll be able to do it soon. But anyway, Greg,
it's fantastic.
I wish to thank you very much for coming on. You've been a fantastic guest, a fantastic adventurer. You played very well, had some great roles, and some questionable decisions. But once again, thank you so much, mate. Until next time, take care.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Been an absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Thanks a lot, buddy. See you soon.
All right. Cheers.
And from me, I am JackTarLad. You can catch me on Twitter at JackTarLad, and all of my socials at JackTarLad. It's in the bio on my Twitter feed. Next week we have the wonderful Tomby. Tomby's going to be joining us, and hopefully he will, enjoy the stream just as much as Greg has. I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat who's joined us. We've had loads of people here. We've had Bendover and Natty McBatty. Abe has been here. Yarnwich, Crimson Shadow. Nix came. Hello, Nix. I missed you. I'm so sorry. Good to see you anyway. She's an old friend. Who else? We've had Atom Gray, Rick Cleary. Steve's been here, hasn't he? I'm pretty sure. Did I say Bendover? Yeah, Bendover. Yeah, Steve's been here. Legatus Legionis. How can I forget him? I shall not forget Legatus Legionis. all of you in the chat. You've been absolutely wonderful. Check us next time, 10 p.m. next week it will be, at the regular time of 10 p.m. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, and see you next time.